Hi. Hello. Look at that. Another Passive Pixels episode. Somehow you poor bastards are still here. Can't believe it. Over here, I have the unofficial second chair because, for the most part, I just really can't cut him a check because, honestly, Passive Pixels isn't even a podcast. It's just a way for me to launder my money. Dorian, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. How's the money laundering going for you, Ed?
I just admitted it on recording, so I think it might be going really bad soon.
So this is the last episode of Passive Pixels. We're finally
Every
here.
single episode of Passive Pixels is the last episode until you send me a message like 2 days before saying you up, and I go, I can be, and then we just.
Uh,
Oh my god. So yeah, how have you been? How's the last 2 weeks treated you?
Good, actually, pretty good. Just been doing a lot of gaming.
Disgusting.
Horrible, I know. Disgusting.
Mm.
Watched some film. That's less disgusting.
Oh, there we go. I'm in.
Yeah, no, I know you're in for that. Yeah, it's my birthday next week, so that's
Woo,
horrifying.
woo.
But
Oh, hell yeah! The mortality.
yes, so we're 1 year closer to mortality, so that should be fun. But no, other than that, it's been pretty good. No complaints.
Oh wow, I'm jealous. Did you have a console die on you, or two consoles?
No, funny enough, all my consoles are in perfect working order. I am a chartered member of the Sony Defense Force, actually, so I get preferential treatment from Jim Ryan. So I have a fully functioning UI and fully functioning consoles. I assume you do as well, right?
My PS5 died.
Ed, look, I told you so many times you shit talking Neil Druckmann was going to come back to haunt you.
Fuck Neil Druckmann. He kills my PS5. Do I have to platinum it now? Is that the fucking punishment I have? I
I
need
mean,
to find.
we'll see the note that's included back in the console.
It's gonna be like, you want a power supply? Play The Last of Us Part 2 two more times. It's like, do I really want a PS5? Is this how I become an Xbot? Is this how I just go straight into the streaming service world and go, yeah, this is how I'm gonna do this?
Oh man, good shit.
Wait, hold on. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, I need to pause this.
All right.
All right, okay, yeah, I had to roll it back for a second. I thought for a second I was using my shitty headphones that I use for work instead of my nice boom microphone that I save for this because, hey, look, even though I say I don't care about this, look at me. I'm still using a good microphone for this. So don't say I never did anything for you, but remember, if you ask me for money, I'm not doing it, okay? All right, so yeah, my PS5 decided to just die, and that was immediately after my PS4 Pro decided to stop outputting an image from the HDMI. And then later on that night, after just taking two L's back to back, my network switch died. And I really do think what it is that Phil Spencer is probably out to get me. He tried to kill my consoles. He killed the PS4, he killed the PS5, and then he got confused and killed the wrong switch.
Yeah.
It's the only explanation, and I live in fear every day. Phil Spencer, get your needle away from me. I will not take the vaccine.
Listen, no, it's not even about that. I think he's just pissed that you keep saying Xbox has no games. Like
Xbox has no games.
no, you're right, but this has been a long con that's been running for 20 years, right? So you're exposing this con, and he will not take it.
Phil, your best friend over there, Bill, all right? Oh, God, it rhymes. Bill over there understands that PC is the only place that has games, and that's just because people in third world countries can't afford consoles because of import, but they can afford a PC. And I'm sorry, Halo's a PC game. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what an Xbox is. The only Xbox game that I know exists is Halo 5, and that's Halo 5. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say, Phil. I don't believe you. Bill, I don't trust you either.
Don't trust either of them.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the topic list before I start crying about my dead consoles again. I
said pour a bottle out if you're listening to this for Ed's console. It's very sad.
my PS5 is somewhere around the border right now of Texas, and every time I see it, I'm like, man, I really hope like the cartel doesn't really just drop selling drugs and start selling PS5, since we know that's a lucrative business.
True.
I got Parasite Eve, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, South Park, Euphoria, Parasyte, Walk Hard, Cloverfield, and 10 Cloverfield Lane, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, 12 Minutes, and Final Fantasy IV. Dorian, what's your list?
So I got Trails of Cold Steel 1, Hades, Neon Genesis, Evangelion, 12 Minutes, Halo 4, Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, Devil May Cry, Inside, and Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations.
All right. Well, You know what always pisses me off is that we started Weeb Trial as a joke at the beginning, and then it just kept coming back. So at this point, because of tradition, we just keep pushing the weeb shit at the beginning.
Correct.
And while it feels like you're giving weebs the priority, I also like to think that we just like to front load how much pain we give them in every single episode. Does that feel like a good way to justify that?
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck the weebs.
Okay, perfect. All right. So then, do you want to start punching the weebs, or do I grab them first and swirly them?
Ah, fuck it. I'll start punching the weebs.
All right, go for it.
I mean, I'm going to start punching the weebs, but it's going to be a very simple punching of the weebs. We're going to start with. I'll start with Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Trials and Weebery. That's
yeah.
how we begin these.
I mean, that's the perfect spot, right? Because it's literally a game about trials. It's good. I'm enjoying it so far. I have played for 2 hours. So as you can imagine, I don't have many comments on it.
No, you're an expert at this point.
Yeah, I'm basically an expert at this point. It's fine. It's fun. It's more Phoenix Wright. I play it on my Switch to distract me from other shit, which I will talk about in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
But it's good. I can't wait to play more. I really enjoyed the second game. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have too much to say because I've just started on it. Phoenix Wright is fun though. Shouting objection will never get old to me. I always do it with the guy. So yeah.
I have nothing to add because I never owned a DS because I was still young enough in the PSP days to be like, I can only like one thing at a time. Okay. So I never played Phoenix Wright, never played the main games that were known on the 3DS. And also, even though I have a 3DS now, I still look at it, I'm like, yeah, eventually. And I got a 3DS like 2 or 3 years ago. There's almost nothing I can add to this.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Other than it being like a trial game, do you know anything about them or?
Nothing other than the fact that it's a trial game and made in Japan, so the made in Japan part tells me a lot.
Yeah, well, and it's another one of those games, which, by the way, I'm sensing a theme with Capcom in general. It's
Mm.
another game that really is trying to appeal to American audiences. Like, I think it even takes place in America. So,
Oh, hell yeah. When we get to Parasite Eve, we'll probably talk more, but any single time that a Japanese person is just like, look, we're just going to send back the same American shit back reinterpreted, that's always just going to be a fun time. It really is.
well, for sure. And I'm going to talk about it later, too, with Devil May Cry, even though I don't consider that weeb. We'll get to that later. But it's the same shit. Like, they're making something that they think would appeal to Americans, and that is very entertaining to watch.
Mhm. All right. Are we moving on? Did Phoenix Wright just get its 15 seconds of glory and move on?
Yeah, we're sustaining the objection. I will talk more Phoenix, right? Because I will have some stuff to say on it, but I gotta finish it first. So
Wonderful. All right. I have, we'll just go straight into Parasite Eve. I beat Parasite Eve. No, I'm fine. I really shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have gone through the trouble of breaking a save. I shouldn't have gone through the level of making myself null 99. I don't know. It was on Vita. I'm still really depressed about my consoles. Every single time I look at and I want to play something, I just remember that my PS5 is dead and I go, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to love again. So my Vita has just been around me. Parasite Eve was still there. I would jump in. The combat, I broke it immediately because I don't care about it enough to actually try. So I would just go into these boss battles and shoot them like 3 times, and then the game would be over. And so, pretty much the charm of being pandered to by the Japanese wore off very quickly. And I was just like, okay, what's the story now? And pretty much it was just more, oh, the mitochondria, oh, it's an ancient thing, and all these biological terms that we just learned. And I'm like, is this all this is going to be? And pretty much from there, I just kept playing. And eventually I got to the end. And look, I broke the game. All right. I'm at level 99. I'm at ridiculously weapons, right? I'm just destroying these things. But there's a section of the game where it's like, oh, you need to run in and blow up this place. And it's real time. It's not like in the combat zone, like you're actually walking around like you would normally. So I'm running away from this enemy, and you go left or right, and pretty much the game doesn't tell you, oh, go left or go right. So I went, oh, I'll go right, and I got trapped, and I got killed immediately, and I got insta killed, and I went, okay, yeah, all right, fine, whatever. Game over, and then it booted me back to the menu, and it went, oh no, when the fuck did I last save? And immediately after, I was like, okay, if I knew this wasn't the last boss, I would have just deleted this. But at this point, I'm in too deep. I just want to get the credits so I can write complete on my list of things that I've done this year. So I went back and I beat the boss again. That's the thing. This boss has like 3 or 4 phases. So I went in again and did that. I did the wrong turn. And here's the thing, I didn't realize that this was a problem until this moment. way too many times in these fixed camera angle games, I will go into a room, not let go of the joystick, and then the character will accidentally walk out of the room that I just walked into.
It's so
So,
annoying.
yes, it really is. So I had beaten the boss and I went back in. Went left this time. I went downstairs. The camera angle swaps. My character walks back out into the hallway I ran into, and then the boss touches me and I died again. And I fucking raged. Just
Yeah.
visceral anger spilled out from me. And then I just went, no, we're getting this done. And so after this point, I remember that there are save states on Vita playing it
Yeah.
through the PSP. And I went, yeah, I'm doing this shit. I don't want to fucking deal with you anymore. So pretty much I died 2 or 3 more times even after the save state because the game kept doing shit to me like this. And I was like, why is this shouldn't be this hard? Am I dumb right now? Is my depression clouding me and my gamer skills aren't coming back? Did Doom Eternal on Nightmare and beating that just drain so much of me that I can't deal with literally locomotion in a 1998 game from PS1? And I did it. I did it, and I went, man, I want to delete you. I don't even want to save this. I don't even want to have a save that says I did this. I just want this out. And so by the time I was done, I was like, man, I never want to think about this game anymore. I booted up my PS3. I deleted Parasite Eve 2 from there. I read a Wikipedia page and went, I have no idea what the fuck is going on in the second one. And I think, well, you know what? Maybe at this point, I'll play the third birthday.
Oh.
It still makes me so sad that I didn't know until like a decade later that the third birthday was a soft reboot that had nothing to do with the other 2 games.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, Parasite Eve, no, no, and uh, that's all I got.
Yeah, I love Parasite Eve, but a lot of it's probably very nostalgia based. It's like a game I remember from my childhood.
You
I
played it
haven't played.
contemporarily, of course, right?
Yeah, exactly. I haven't played that game in 10 years, so it probably doesn't hold up fantastic. Again, Devil May Cry is a fixed camera angle game, so I'll talk about that later. But yeah, fuck the fixed camera angle games, man. I'm glad that's not really an issue anymore because, oh boy, those were a problem back in the day.
Dude, you know what's always impressive to me is that Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 are fixed
Yes,
camera angle
no,
games,
true.
but
They
what
hold
they
up.
always do is that whatever locomotion you were doing in the previous screen will follow over to the next screen unless you let go and then re-input it. And I was like, why did people understood this? Like, why did they screw it up? Any single time that there was a fixed camera angle, you fixed it. You fixed it. Why not?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's Parasite Eve. Tossing it back to you.
All right, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Fuck this show.
Yeah, correct.
I'm still 6 episodes in. Fuck this show.
Correct.
Motherfucking Pen Pen.
Pen Pen is the fucking boss.
Motherfucking Pen Pen. And oh, actually, hold on a sec.
Oh,
Ed,
oh,
you
oh.
forgot to mention the sponsor of the show.
Oh, I forgot. Gentlemen and ladies, today we have a special sponsor. This episode of Passive Pixels is brought to you by QVC. Now, I'm sorry, people, but I love selling out. Do you love selling out? Well, probably not, but do you love money? Of course you love money. So, of course, we're going to take a short break from your content so we can have an unboxing of QVC-specific steelbooks. Dorian, take it away.
Thank you, thank you. I'm very happy to be here today to introduce you to these amazing products with amazing value. And I'm
Oh, the
so
artwork.
excited. Their artwork, they're fantastic. Now, first of all, let me just open this up. Hold on a second here.
Oh, we are going to open up the box. And just remember, if you can read the number on your screen right now, you can call us and buy any of these steelbooks. Yes, this is an audio podcast. No, there's not a video portion. Dial that number right now.
All right, we're just reaching in here and oh, well, look at this. This is a surprise that I wasn't expecting. Hold on, let me talk to my associate producer for a sec. Janet, what is with this one?
Janet, you bitch! What'd you do?
It's a bonus? Okay, well, here, look, listen to this, folks. If you call now, you will get the only game, and I'm not lying, the only game ever made by Ubisoft. See, here's the thing about Ubisoft. Ubisoft, they're not good. Nobody likes their games.
Correct.
Ubisoft. But there is one game that they make that will make you rage in a good way because people are so fucking incompetent that you will have to play with them and rely on them as teammates. Yes, folks, I am talking about the classic Rainbow Six Siege. And this wasn't supposed to be included, but if you call now and input your credit card information, your social security number, social insurance number, we will include a copy of Rainbow Six Siege Deluxe Edition for your
Oh,
PlayStation 5.
that is new, everybody. The only reason that was opened was because of the fact that the case was swapped out because the one they sent out was rotten. Now, that's insane, people. We are providing extra value. Not only is it a new game, the case has been swapped out for a better case from the previous case that I bought Resident Evil 3 from. Incredible deals, everyone. You're not going to catch this on any other podcast.
Absolutely. Now back to your regularly scheduled podcast. Yeah, so fuck me on Genesis Evangelion for these first 6 episodes.
Oh, I forgot. Shit, we're actually putting ads in the middle of everything. Oh, sorry. I apologize to everyone about the shilling and the ads, but I need to pay my mortgage. All right. God damn it, we're gonna do so many more of these.
Oh my god, this is a train wreck already. But yeah, no, fuck this show. I literally have nothing else to say because it's terrible. It is garbage. I played Phoenix Wright while fucking watching this show yesterday. I can only even muster through 1 episode. Watching these first 15 episodes before it gets good is probably going to be one of the worst experiences of my life.
Speaking of worst experiences in my life, I watched Parasite. I had some fucking weebs, some utter weebs burn every single bit of credibility that they had. Not only did I have one of them burn their credibility, I had 3. Because here's the thing, I specifically said, I will give you guys one chance to get me to watch one anime. Convince me that it's not just this barren waste of landfill that does not understand what pacing is, what a budget is, or what just any sort of artistic sensibility is. And I had 3 of them go, yeah, you know what? Parasite with a Y. This is the one you want. And so I
Yeah,
remember
please don't
watching.
confuse this with the amazing Parasite movie. Please.
Yeah, no. Look. The Asians can only handle one good Parasite at a time, all right? And so Parasite, the Korean film, they did that one. Parasite with a Y, the one that was a fucking manga and then an anime, garbage, absolutely insulting. Why the fuck was there an alien hand jerking off the main protagonist? Why? Why did I have to see this? Why is it on my Netflix queue and now Netflix is going to be like, oh, well, you like this. Well, do you like it? Like, no, I don't. No, I don't, Netflix. Please get away from me. I don't need this in my life. There's enough negativity with a dead PS5 in my life. Please do not give this to me. I do not want this. I fucking hated this. There's just so much of it. It literally opens up with just this alien splitting its face and then smashing someone. And I was like, this is your opening scene? Am I supposed to be like, oh my god, cartoons can be violent? Like, it's fucking 2021. Cartoons are fucking violent. Whatever. Is this supposed to be shocking? Like, it's not the 90s anymore where if you saw something drawn and suddenly it just becomes adult violence, like, it doesn't fucking shock me anymore. I was like, I'm not curious. I just think this is stupid. And then progressively, I just couldn't find myself any reason to care. I'm so glad that what I did is that I put this on my phone as I work, because I'm pretty sure that if I would have actually sat down and paid attention to this, I think I would have given it even more shit. And you want to know? I don't feel like I even remember most of this. I have a Wikipedia page open right on the other screen, and the only reason I even remembered about the guy smashing the face is because it is one of the images that they have here. Because at this point, the only thing I remember is alien jerk off main character. And that's all I remember, because after that I said, I'm done. I don't want to fucking do this anymore. Anime's a waste. You know what? I need another pick-me-up. Go to the QVC commercial.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's time for a commercial break with QVC.
Oh my god, you know you were watching live TV through audio podcast if you have one segment for 2 minutes and then a 5-minute commercial break. What do we have in the box?
Well, let's open the box here. Now, this is beautiful, all right? This is actually a authentic Call of Duty Infinite Warfare sleeve, and it's wrapped around... No! Okay. It is wrapped around a empty copy of Breath of the Wild. Now, you may ask, why? Why is this wrapped around a copy of Breath of the Wild? Well, because you two can be a poser and pretend to enjoy this game, but not have to play how fucking awful it is. Welcome!
We all know that Call of Duty is an American household institution, and we think that the best way to experience the game is by having just the box art and nothing else. And what better way to make sure that the box art doesn't creak and crack while you're sending it? Wrap it around a Nintendo Switch copy. Don't worry, the ladies will love it.
Sorry, I'm just recovering here. Yes, so buy this now. Call the number on your screen, and you too can own a actual, authentic sleeve for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Not the one with Kevin Spacey, by the way.
What a shame.
So it's still fine. You're not canceled. And Breath of the Wild, the empty case edition.
Now, everybody, I know that. Oh my God, hold on. I have received word from Janet. One phone call. One. You're fired. You know what? I'll give a phone call right now. Yeah, send me the piece of shit. Oh my God, we have just sold out. We had only 2 copies and they both sold out. Oh my God, I'm sorry, everybody. You're gonna have to try harder next time.
Just be quicker on that trigger.
Speaking of triggers, I have no idea even if the next topic has guns. What's the next topic?
Next topic. Well, we got to finish. Okay, this is my last thing for Weeps. Oh, get out of QVC mode. Okay.
Hold on. Is there anything for Parasyte that you wanted to punch?
Just the fact that a fucking alien that you think that it's acceptable in the first or second episode as a fucking plot device to have a fucking alien take over a hand and jerk off the main character, and that this is somehow entertaining, interesting, or a good way to develop or advance a character or a plot is everything symptomatic that's wrong with fucking anime and should be burnt into the ground.
You see, the best thing is that America tried it twice, and I think we should really go for a third time.
Agreed.
Next.
All right, next. So the last weeb thing I have is Trails of Cold Steel 1. I finished it. I have completed it. I still really like it. I think it's fantastic. It's interesting, though. I would never in a million years recommend this game to anyone. And I'm not even just talking to you, Ed. I obviously wouldn't recommend this game to you.
Naturally.
But I wouldn't recommend this game to anyone because it's literal 20 hours of like world building before you get to the plot. You finally get to the plot, and then basically the game ends on a giant cliffhanger to set up straight for part 2 because it's part 2 of a planned 4-part series. So they took their time introducing shit with the first one. But honestly, I really dug it. The characters are really great. The world building's absolutely fantastic. Still, the music was just okay for me, but I mean, apparently that gets better, so we'll see. And I think the thing I find most fascinating about this game, if I'm being honest, is to see a weeb game tackle politics. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, and it's such an interesting idea to me, and I gotta say they do it pretty well in the game. Like, I'm gonna jump into some spoilers here. I know you don't give a shit, but I'm gonna warn everybody else. So
all right, give it the countdown as always.
I'm gonna give it the countdown. So 3, 2, 1. But basically, so there's this guy. Oh, I'll tell a mini story here as we go. So there's this Darth Vader character named Seed. He always wears a helmet and he talks like this because I'm the bad guy in the game, right?
Of course.
So his name is Seed, and obviously they're setting him up to be somebody you know. So throughout the game, I'm trying to guess. Okay, is it this character? Is it this character? Like, it's obviously going to be somebody I know. Now, I didn't guess who it was. On a separate note, there was a character named the game named Crow. See, Crow. I probably should have guessed it, but anyways, the Crow. All of the weebs were telling me, oh, you got to hang out with Crow and see his social links, man. This guy's so cool. I'm like, nah, fuck this guy. He's lame. He's stupid. I don't like him. I didn't like the character. I didn't spend any time with it. Of course, it turns out that Crow is C. So that was my biggest justifiable moment. I'm like, ha, you fuckers. I knew I didn't like this guy for a reason. He's a piece of shit. And they're like, no, now you don't understand why he's doing what he's doing. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I don't care. Anyways. But so basically there's this moment in the game where he assassinates this politician. It starts off this because he's basically declaring war on this other neighboring state, assassinates the guy, and that just basically kicks off the powder keg to what's obviously going to be the next game. So I don't know. I've never seen anything out of a Wii game like this before, or maybe even a regular game. Like I don't know of a lot of games that actually play with politics like this. I find it kind of charming and interesting in a weird way. So I'm excited to play the rest of the series. They're very long games, so like everyone's all the weebs are like, oh, you gotta jump right into Cold Steel too. I'm like, no, it's not happening. But probably by the end of this year, December, I'll have some free time after Green Man Goes Shoot, the final Frontier comes out. So I will probably check it out after that.
All right. Because you said anime and politics, I feel like I just have to bitch about this. Attack on Titan fans. please
Oh,
cover.
yeah.
Actually, no. Attack on Titan fans, please leave your ears completely open. But spoilers, I guess, for that. 3, 2, 1. This is a sentence I read. Fantasy world Nazis, but the iconography, uniforms, and ideology is exactly the same. I had no fucking idea they put basically fantasy Nazis in Attack on Titan, and I'm so glad the Walking Dead rule killed that show for me. Thank God. Thank God. So, hearing you say that the Japanese did good politics, it just reminds me of this, and I can't separate them now. And it's bad. It's really bad.
Well, to be fair, I can't say it's good politics yet. I think it's interesting politics, and I want to see where it goes with it. And there's just so few examples of that being a thing for me. Attack on Titan, I fucking hate that show, and what I heard about the whole Nazi thing, that just is even funnier to me, which
I
makes me fucking even gladder I dropped it after a few episodes. But yeah, I just don't recall a lot of politics in games in general, let alone weeb politics. So I'm cool. I think it's cool, and I want to see where it goes.
I just imagine that you have two political people just sitting at the table, and one of them just calls the other baka, and they declare war on each other.
Oh, if that was the case, man, that'd be my game of the year.
Okay, you know what? Maybe I actually now am into it as a
Yeah,
joke.
right.
But
That's a great idea. See, you should be a game designer, right? You should be
no,
making these weeb games.
no, the problem is that like I would do it as complete parody, and then the weebs would be like, "This is incredible." I'm like, "No, you fuckers, you missed the point. You missed the point." And then at that point, it's like, "Well, do I just keep making fun of them and make money off of it, and they don't realize that I'm doing this ironically, or do I
Oh, no,
quit?"
no, no,
Like,
no. You don't understand. This is how you make your Neon Genesis, because you'll be so depressed that these fucking weebs are actually eating this shit up that you'll get really depressed. It'll seep into your work, and you'll make a fucking masterpiece.
shit. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna call Hideaki Anno right now. You know, I think I have him on Facebook or something from years ago. I'm pretty sure we'll figure it out.
Perfect.
All right, let's see. That was that. What do I have next? Do I have anything
Well, we
else?
haven't rated anything, by the way. We're terrible,
Oh
but
my
I would give
god.
that an 8 out of 10.
Oh yeah. Okay. Parasite Eve. Wow. This is a PS1 game out of 10. Parasite. It's exactly what I've been repeating this entire time. Alien jerks off. Main character out of 10. That's all I got. The Phoenix Wright is I'm a dumb kid, but I also had a PSP out of 10. Uh, Trails of Cold Steel is whatever score I gave it last time. Or you know what? No, new score. Fantasy Nazis out of 10.
Perfect. And I'm giving all the stuff you talked about already. I'm not going to go back and rate it out of 10.
Damn right. I'm honestly shocked I even remembered most of what we talked about.
Yeah, man, me too.
All right. Is it time for another commercial break, or is there something else in Weep Trial?
Yeah, no, commercial break, commercial break.
Everyone, I'm so glad that you stayed behind for the last segment. Please stand by for our sponsors. Oh my god, I forgot the actual word. Paid contributions. Yeah.
All right, well, we are back, and for fans of weebs, oh boy, do we have a treat for you. It's really not weeb, but you'll claim it as one of your own anyways because you're pieces of shit. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the one, the only, the near replicant version 1, 2, 2, 4, 7,
Oh, we got
4,
all the numbers.
4, 8, 7, 1, 3, 9. Replicant Steelbook Edition. Now
We
this is
accidentally activated a Russian agent by reading those numbers out loud.
yes, Stravosky, go. Now, here we go. This is a beautiful steelbook. Let me tell you, folks, if you could see it with your own eyes on this audio-only podcast, you would be calling and wowed right now. It is shiny. It is white. It is mint condition. Now, here's the shocking thing, though. Once you open this bad boy up, you're going to be greeted with a copy of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Let's
Oh
be real. You're going to get this steelbook and feel like a weeb. You're going to open it up and be America, Todd, guns. It's the perfect combination. Call now.
Now, the only way that you know it could have gotten in there was a manufacturing account, as we all know that the same specialist that sends out these discs handles Activision and Square's games all the time. So this is a one-of-a-kind disc. Now, if we can just have one caller, literally even one, you can offer us $10, please. Oh my god, we're losing so much money. Please call now, and you can have this one-of-a-kind near version that lets you feel like you are an American every single day of your life.
Actually, wait, hold on. I'm getting word. Janet's daughter, yeah, who's
Huh?
also named Janet. You've replaced her, yes, Janet. Um, you've what? Oh, okay,
Oh no.
never mind. She's ordering food. Okay, no callers yet, but they'll come. They'll come.
I need money to buy a new PS5. This is going badly. Oh, run.
Back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
Hey guys, I'm sorry about that commercial break. I think we keep getting a pirated signal getting cut in here, but I'm
Horrible.
really not going to worry about it. Movies and games, right?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. I will start it off. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Ah,
Forgetting Sarah
classic.
Marshall is great. Oh my god, it's so weird about this movie is that it never feels like it really has the laughs per minute that you're like, oh man, this is what would really make a good movie, making me laugh almost every other minute. But it's a movie that takes its time, still actually wants to be a movie, which, most of the time whenever a comedy tries to do that, I'm like, well, can you not? I just really want to sit here and laugh. But the fact that Jason Segel actually does handle this like a guy who was broken up with after a girl for 5 years, this is a movie that actually treats itself with seriousness. Well, seriousness as in it's not just going to be a joke to laugh at. This is oh man, this guy really has been completely broken and he actually has an arc to be a normal person on the other end of it. And I'm not gonna lie, the fact that it did that meant that anytime that there wasn't a joke, I was still interested, which was a good mark. And then every single time that they had a joke, it felt like they actually, I know I have no proof of this, but it always feels like whenever I watch this movie that this probably is a cut that had less jokes than what they originally had, but then they went over and went, well, we actually still want this to be a movie. So they probably culled out the weaker jokes and only kept every other joke that landed every single time. So somehow, even though it probably makes me laugh less than the other kind of golden age Apatow movies, this one lands harder because almost every single joke that they throw out works out even better. Also, just because I feel like I have to end it like this, inside of you, inside of it's fucking gold. Jonah Hill, just in this entire movie, simping for Russell Brand's character is never gonna be not funny. Oh my god, Paul Rudd, yeah, Paul Rudd's the eternally young guy. Paul Rudd, my god, is just so good at playing an idiot in this movie. uh just this one is just so good. I'm not gonna buy it, but I'm so glad that Forgetting Sarah Marshall is still good, and I need to remind people that Forgetting Sarah Marshall is one of the late 2000s, early 2010 movies that I feel like is getting forgotten because everyone goes to Superbad or 40-Year-Old Virgin. This movie is still here. This movie is still good. It's great.
Oh, I agree, and I think I like this movie more than 40-Year-Old Virgin.
I agree.
It's really great. I don't know if it's quite on super bad level for me, but it's great. I
Mm,
mean, look at this cast: Kristen Bell, Jason Segel, Paul Rudd, Mila Kunis, Russell Brand, Bill Hader, fucking Jonah Hill. I mean, it's a who's who of fucking comedy in there, and
yes.
they're but playing a really good storyline, serious movie in there, and they're putting laughs around it. It's really well done.
I just think that Jason Segel is really underrated
He
because the
is.
fact that he just has this really good comedic timing. The fact that he wrote this script, and I just have to imagine that he probably can sing, and I have to imagine that he also wrote the lyrics for the songs in this movie. The fact that he does a Dracula musical, and every single time I hear him do it, it's always funny. I love it, and I just where is Jason Segel? Jason Segel felt like he was around and then he just kind of disappeared. Or am I wrong?
No, I'm looking at his IMDb right now. He has not done much, honestly. Like he's done back in 2019, 2018, he did a couple of movies I've never heard of, Come Sunday, Our Friend, and then realistically that was it until back in 2015 when he was doing How I Met Your Mother. He did a movie called Sex Tape, which wasn't really good. And then yeah, he hasn't done much.
That makes me so sad. But to be fair, it does make me think that Jason Segel got his wish and then he fucked right off. And I think
True.
that would be pretty cool. So the thing is that so Forgetting Sarah Marshall has this entire plot line about how he wants to do a Dracula musical but with puppets.
Yeah.
And so the thing is that come on, he's doing musical with puppets. What movie does he get to do later? The Muppets. I really do think that after he did the Muppets movie, he's like, I have done everything I needed to do. I've made my money. I've done what I've achieved. I'm out. I'm done. I will just keep my residual checks from all the movies I did, and I'm just gonna fuck right off. And honestly, Jason Segel, you do what you need to do, man. You fucking got your golden tickets. Go on, enjoy your life. You got your Muppets movie.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's a great actor. If he never does anything again, I'll always have Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which I
Mhm.
really like. That movie's underrated.
I feel like it's not underrated. It's underspoken of. Like every single time that someone watches Forgetting Sarah Marshall, they're just like, "Yeah, this is great." It's more of just that people forget. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's more
right in that
forgotten.
in range. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Just because when you think of these Apatow, it just isn't technically Apatow didn't direct this movie, but he produced it and wrote it or
Yeah,
co-wrote it or
that's the
some shit.
thing. Like I call it the golden age because like any during that time range from like 2005 to like maybe as far as 2015. If Apatow had a name on it, people were like, "Oh shit, this has a chance of being good."
Yeah, this one was very good. Like I said,
Yeah.
I like it better than 40-Year-Old Virgin, maybe Knocked Up, and not as much as Superbad, but
Oh, well,
still a great
yes.
movie.
That's the problem. Superbad was the peak, so anything
Yeah,
after that point, it's like, well, it's not Superbad, and so the problem is that after that, it just kind of gets scraped away, and you're like, oh no, please don't do that. There's still some good movies after Superbad. Don't do that.
no, it's true.
I really do need to watch Knocked Up again, though. I remember liking Knocked Up a lot, and only recently have I started appreciating Superbad more than Knocked Up. So I need to rewatch that one, although I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same Apatow third act problem where it's like, wow, how do we end this act? And that's kind of what I like about Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is just paced properly. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like there's a moment where it's weak. Like the fact that they treat it as a real movie means that there isn't any moments that are weak. It's just always going to be, oh, here are the jokes. Now we're going to get Jason Segel crying on the top floor of a hotel room. And not only is it funny, it's also adding to the story. We're just like, oh, you poor kid. So yeah, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I'm going to give it a. There were still good movies after Superbad out of 10.
Yeah, it's probably a 4 star out of 5 comedy movie for me. I really like the movie a lot. So
Fuck yeah. Also, I'm going to Hawaii later on, so this prepared me,
hell
and I
yeah.
kind of hope my wife doesn't leave me, and I'm just in the middle of a empty hotel room, just crying my eyes out, and being
You
told
better hope
by.
there's no Aldous Snow there.
Oh, if all this snow is there, then I expect him to give me a sex lesson on chessboards on the beach.
Fantastic.
So yeah, what is next? Is it another commercial break, or are we going to another movie?
Well, the only movies I have left are Cloverfield.
Oh,
So
okay. Commercial break.
commercial break time. Well, welcome back, folks. How are we doing? Have the phone lines been lighting up?
Janice. No, Janice Jr., not your mom. Get off your phone.
Okay, that's a no, folks. So we're really going to need your support. And look, I'm actually going to give you your support right now with a fantastic, fantastic overlooked steelbook. Not only is it an overlooked steelbook, it's from an overlooked game on a system that has no games. So obviously this is, for the PC edition. But ladies and gentlemen, let me feast your eyes on the one, the only, the beautiful Quantum Break Steelbook Edition. Now,
Wow.
this is great because you've got A-list actors on the front cover. A
Oh.
guy looking mean with a gun walking away from an explosion. It's a video game when a man's walking away from an explosion. And if you check this out now, you will not get a copy of the game, but you get the beautiful and the gorgeous Steelbook. What else could you want?
So what do you do with a steelbook?
What do you mean?
Do you they sell these games digitally? You can just kind of download it. What's the point of the steelbook?
Did you just say a slur?
I, oh, steelbook?
No, the D word.
Uh, I'm gonna get canceled, aren't I?
We don't allow that type of talk around here, sonny boy.
Uh, do I fire myself? Do I send myself in the unemployment line with Janet?
Oh, you're fired.
Damn it! How am I gonna get out? Like, physical only. Physical only. Steelbooks only. Please tell me have my job back.
Very problematic. Anyways. Yes, no,
My Twitter account is gone.
what you do with this steelbook is you put it on your shelf and you admire it. Do you play the game? Probably fucking not, but you admire it.
I think I'm admiring it. It's an audio podcast. I just have to imagine it.
Oh yeah, I guess I should describe it. Well, I did describe it. The guy walking away from explosions is white. There's lots of cool looking glass shard effects. It's very hip.
I'm so excited. It's because of my job. I want money, please.
We'll see.
I love men walking away from explosions with guns in their hands. Please let me have my job. I need to buy another PS5.
And back to the podcast.
All right, now we're going to go to the main event. Cloverfield, Cloverfield,
Let's
and Cloverfield.
go. Ah.
Please talk about Cloverfield, why you like it, so then I can destroy your entire career.
So Cloverfield, this is the classic movie back in
Classic,
2008,
sure. All right, classic.
I believe.
That's the word I want to use.
Executive produced by J.J. Abrams, directed by the wonderful Matt Reeves, who will be doing the Batman soon, and helm of the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Cloverfield, look, let me talk about Cloverfield for a minute. Let me paint you a picture. Paint the audience a picture. We're doing a lot of that today. Back in 2007, a young Dorian, right, sat in the theater watching Transformers, or about to watch Transformers, Bayformers, as I like to call them. I still don't really like those
Bad
movies.
choices being made all around.
Yes, bad choices being made all around, but about to watch Bayformers. And then imagine this trailer comes on for this movie. All these people at a party looking hip, having fun. It's like, oh yeah, this is fantastic. And then all of a sudden, there's a monster attack. And they kind of build to it slowly. The Statue of Liberty's head gets fucking knocked off. And the only thing at the end of the trailer is not a movie title, not a name, just a website. 01/18/08.com.
Wait, what? Wait. So hold on. It's January 18th?
Yeah, I believe that was the release date. I might be fucking this up. Why?
Damn it! No! My anniversary is on that date.
You've got the anniversary of Clover. Oh, that is
Fuck!
fantastic. Yes, I'm looking it up now. It is 01/18/08.
God damn it!
That is
It's a different year, but fuck!
That's fantastic.
No!
So all
Great.
that you get is that website, and you basically go on this website, and there's little clues that kind of unfold the mystery of what's going on in this movie, and it gives you a lot of background for the movie itself when you go into it, because the movie admittedly doesn't give you a whole lot of that. But I fucking love this movie. This movie to me is Godzilla for North American audiences. It's fun, it's frantic, the camera work is shaky as hell. It's not a modern masterpiece cinema by any goddamn means, but it's fun. Monster goes roar, city goes boom. That is what I wanted from this movie. That is exactly what I got. Tied in cool to the ARG and all the online gaming stuff that went with it. I have a fucking Slusho shirt still from this goddamn movie because I was so enthralled with this movie and the universe that it built. There was so many good young stars in this. Like Matt Reeves directed it, Drew Goddard wrote it, Lizzie Kaplan was in this movie, who's fucking hilarious. TJ Miller was in this movie. There were so many people in this movie before their careers took off. So I love Cloverfield.
I fucking hate this movie. This movie gave me the first sense of vertigo I've ever felt in my life. I fucking hated that it felt like it was so inconsistent about what camera they were using. It made me want to just choke the cinematographer out for wanting to use one time at least a fucking Sony camera from 2007 that they went into a Best Buy and picked up and were using little CDRs to record, and I was like, yes, that is fine. And then other times they would literally leave the camera in a stationary position, and you can tell that is no longer a Sony Vaio webcam from a laptop. That is now a full-on official film camera that they're using. This is way too clean of a shot. Oh wait, now we're gonna fucking shake the camera super really fucking hard. I got a 77-inch in my fucking face. I don't need to feel like I'm playing a Call of Duty with a motion blur turned up all the way up to 110 using fucking mods. All right, now you got this Sony ass shaky camera where sometimes even the disc is skipping as they're recording it. I fucking hated what this movie was doing to my eyes. I fucking hated the opening of the movie because the opening was like, oh, okay, we're setting a little bit of cadence, we got these people, and then the movie just continuously kills them over and over and over again, and I never felt anything. I just went, oh, okay, they're dead now. And then, oh, wait, are we gonna have cool death scenes from that? No, just shake the fucking camera away from what I want to see. Oh, look, is that the cool ass alien? Can I have more of the cool ass? No, we get TJ Miller going. I'm so scared. Oh my god. I gotta move the camera. Oh wait, I'm gonna be a fucking sociopath and make sure that I carry the camera even though my friends are in danger. Like every single fucking time that his friends were in danger and he was still holding the camera, I was like, this is a found footage film. You are putting the camera in the fucking movie. Please, please, if you're going to make me recognize the camera, don't make me question every single time why you made this into a found footage film. All right, just make it a fucking movie. Just make it a movie with a couple of camera angles that show the alien a little bit more, destroying shit. Like, at least with Godzilla, because that's the thing. When I was thinking of this movie, I was thinking of Godzilla 2014. How you had basically the human characters that did fucking nothing, but they built up Godzilla very well to by the point that you get to the end and he gives that roar, you are coming in your seat because that Godzilla roar gave me life where it changed my entire opinion about that movie. And Cloverfield, ugh, every single time I saw the alien wrecking shit, I was like, wow, this is really cool. Oh, wait, I forgot. This is a found footage film, so now I'm looking at the fucking ground and people's feet moving. Not only that, it would bother me because the actual visuals were always inconsistent. Not only that, it started bothering me about how every single time that I would hear something, I'm like, oh man, the sound design for that is so fucking cool. Wait, there's no fucking reason that this Sony camera that's recording on a CDR would catch audio this well. And I fucking hate it. I really hate this movie because every single time that it would try to be like, hey man, do you see this alien destroying shit? I'm like, yes, I love the sound design. Can I have more of it? And then the movie goes, no, you want to just hang out with these people? Like, no, I don't want to be fucking around these people. I don't want to learn about their lives. This movie wants to have its cake and eat it too. It wants to be an alien destroying shit, but it also wants to be like, yeah, but man, look at these people, man. This is how we're like, we want you to care about them before one of them explodes into fucking blood. Which, by the way, can I
Rest in
have
peace,
more?
Marlena.
I wanted to see more of that. I wanted to see more of just disgusting ways to kill these people because, like, they're not fucking characters. I want them destroyed immediately for entertainment. If I want to watch this as like a monster go roar and just decimating these characters like a slasher movie, lean into that. This movie wants to be like, no man, we want to be a little serious, like just enough to get you through. But I don't fucking care. By the time that they got to the end and the two people were like, oh man, we're underneath this bridge, I'm not gonna lie. I was watching that. I was like, oh man, this would have been perfect for one of the first few trailers. I wasn't even thinking about these people or like, oh, I'm not worried about them. I fucking hate it because it feels like the opening of the movie wants to tell you, hey, no, these characters are going to be important.
How can you be so heartless, Ed? Did you know Rob was on his way to Japan to become vice president of Slusho? Now, Slusho is a
Oh my god.
subsidiary company of the evil company Tagurato. Tagurato are the ones that unleashed this monster by drilling deep sea into the ocean, Ed. Drilling deep sea into the ocean,
Is he
trying to get
related to Dharma?
oil.
If he's not related to Dharma, I don't care.
Actually, the Dharma Initiative did tie into this too.
Motherfucker, are you serious? I was
Yeah.
joking.
No, I am serious.
Oh,
This all connects with Lost.
oh my god. Okay, let's go that direction. How?
Oh my god, I'd have to brush up a bit on it, but basically, one of the Dharma Initiative directors, he sent emails that has a shady past with Tagurato, which it's never been actually formally linked to them, but they are believed to be in the same universe. In fact, some people speculate the Bold Futura are responsible for creating the Smoke Monster, which is another subsidiary company. Which, by the way, we'll talk about it in 10 Cloverfield Lane, but that's who Howard works for, is Bold Futura.
I think I hate so much of this now. But, okay, like, did you not get motion sick watching this? Like,
No, I've seen this movie dozens of times. Now, I want to say something. I fully understand your complaints, and I actually agree to a big extent. If I had motion sickness problems, if I could not
but I
handle the shaky
don't.
camera,
I
if
played
I
so many first-person
that's
shooter
oh,
games,
and
and
you
I
played
played
VR
in
too.
VR.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's strange. No, I've never had issues with this. Like, I could, if you don't like the cinematography and the camera work in this movie, you're fucking cooked. Like, there's no way you're gonna be able to enjoy this movie. So
I
it is
just
very much a
want it
love
to
or
be
hate thing.
consistent. That's the problem. Like, if you just made it just a regular movie, okay, cool. That takes out the shitty hand cam. Like, that's fine. You just give me these characters that I know I'm not supposed to care about, and then you tease out the alien, and then hopefully we get to the end and we get some action with the alien. Cool, give me that. Okay, or not. Give me the shaky cam, right, where it's all found footage, and pretty much you just don't change from that. Don't make it seem so clean. I've never seen the Blair Witch Project, but I'm pretty sure the Blair Witch Project is low budget through and through. Cloverfield bothers me because it's like it wants to be the found footage film, but it also still wants to be a big budget film where you
Yeah,
have
it looks nice in 4K.
whenever the few times that the camera was still, yes, I could tell that it looked nice.
Yeah.
But well, whenever that's the problem. That's the problem right there. I was watching it in 4K, so I would watch the shitty hand cam and like, oh yeah, look, it's the noise film from obviously these shitty little cameras. That's awesome. Yes, that's a great touch. And then there's one scene where they're outside sitting on a fire escape and they drop the camera. Oh, by the way, the fucking Dutch angles. Look, do you know what a Dutch angle is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, people, if you don't know what a Dutch angle is, but well, you're probably not here anymore. You got turned off by the commercials. The Dutch angles just are so egregious because most of the time it's just handheld, so it's just gonna naturally have like a tilt. That's fine. But the fact that they were still using Dutch angles, the times that they would swap over the little shitty handheld over to like a real ass camera, it would bother the fuck out of me because like the opening of the movie has the little handheld camera, and you can see the digital noise that the shitty little cameras have. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But then they're outside, pitch black. You can see the sky behind them, completely clean. Completely clean. Like they had the handheld, and at some point they probably had like an invisible cut to then use a real camera to frame that because I don't know. I guess maybe it would have been too much noise from the handheld. But every single time that they would swap out of that, I'm like, no, please. If you're going to go for a style, keep it consistent. If you are going to piss me off eternally by just shaking the camera over and over again, make it look shitty the entire time. It's okay. If you're going to go for the conceit of handheld footage, fucking go for it. Don't give me this half bullshit where it's like, a little shaky cam here. Oh, now a real camera here. Ugh, it just bothers me so fucking much.
So let me apply a counterpoint to you, okay?
Mm.
Monster goes roar, and city goes boom.
Okay. Now, what if Monster Go Roar and it's at the end of the movie, and then you tease it out throughout the rest of the movie, and then you try not to give me a fucking headache as you do it?
But if the monster goes roar and the city goes boom throughout the movie, then stonks go up because you keep having monster going roar and city going boom.
But how would shitty handheld camera be able to capture the boom as nicely as it does?
Because you really want to see the monster go roar and the city go boom in high definition, Ed. You're not following me here.
You know what? I want TJ Miller to have not had a shitty little handheld Sony camera, and I want him to walk in with like an
Big
Aria
fucking
red
IMAX camera.
I want Christopher. I want just a cut of this movie where it's just Christopher Nolan is invited to the party. It's like, oh no, we have the alien over there.
I would watch
No,
that.
Christopher Nolan, don't go out there. That's one of 4 IMAX cameras in existence. He's like, it's okay. The world is being destroyed. All 3 other cameras are destroyed already.
Oh my god.
I fucking hate this movie.
I want to see that now.
Oh no! If I could have this in IMAX the entire time, like I would like, you know what? I forgive this. It's going in the 178 aspect ratio. It's covering up almost the entire screen. This is fucking sick. Do it. Give it to me, Christopher Nolan. Do it. But I wanted more Monster Go Roar. I wanted this to be stupider, but this movie just refused to be stupider.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Hey, you want to know another fun Cloverfield fact? In the original trailer, basically they say, look, it's alive, it's huge, but they purposely muddled the audio, so a lot of people thought that the guy said, it's a lion, it's huge. And because they thought it's a lion, everybody was speculating this was a Voltron movie.
But I buy it. I buy it. I don't blame them. Voltron fans are probably like really cucked right now.
Yeah, no doubt I feel bad for them.
So yeah, Cloverfield is headache out of 10. Like even when I think about it, my head just hurts.
It's a 4-star out of 5 movie for me, bucko. I love me some Cloverfield, and that's a perfect segue to another Steelbook segment, don't you think?
Oh, okay, go for it.
Because we need a break from that exciting Cloverfield. And speaking of parasites and aliens and all of that, I have got the perfect Steelbook for you today. Now, once again, this one doesn't come with a disc. Funny enough, this one was supposed to come with a disc, but I think somebody wants to shoot it.
Oh!
In the meantime, though, we've got Prey!
Oh, we have Prey!
Beautiful Prey Steelbook edition is gorgeous. It's got the male protagonist, the female protagonist, depending on who you choose, because they're inclusive and allow you to make that decision for yourself.
We're all gamers. We're disgusted by the women.
It's wonderful. It's gold. It's got weird looking alien technology on it. You would look at this cover and say, this looks like some sci-fi
Oh, the
shit.
sci-fi shit.
I love sci-fi shit.
Now, as you all know, this is a special edition version of Prey. As we all know, Prey was purchased by Bethesda, and Xbox then purchased Bethesda. So, in other words, this is one of the last releases ever put out on PlayStation by shitty Bethesda. Get it
Exactly.
now, and you too can appreciate 1080p at lock 30 frames on your PlayStation 5 console right now. I can
Yeah.
already hear the phones go. Wait, no. Is it illegal if I lie about the phones ringing? It is.
Fuck.
I hear chimes outside that sounds like phones ringing.
They could be phones. We could be wrong.
I have been told by my lawyers that I have to put in plausible deniability to everything I say.
Call now.
Please, oh my god, guys, I bought the Cloverfield 4K disc, okay? It was $10. That on top of losing my PS5. I'm out of money. I can't do this anymore.
Well, good thing Cloverfield's a great movie at least, so, you know.
I really hope I get to sell it, and then if someone's like, why should I watch this? And I just tell them, Monster Go Roar, City Go Boom, and they go, fuck yeah, I'll pay double.
Out of 10, by the way. Oh, fuck, why wasn't that my rating? God damn it.
It's okay, that's your rating as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Buy now.
10 Cloverfield Lane! 10 Cloverfield Lane!
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah!
It is a great movie.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh my god, this movie's great. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Why can't we have more of this? Oh, oh my god, this movie is so great. I love this movie. It's so subtle. You just have three characters who just are so uneasy about each other. Mary Elizabeth Winstead just fucking kills this movie.
As
Just
always.
oh my god, why am I forgetting the other actor? What's wrong with me?
John Goodman.
John Goodman fucking kills
Oh
it.
my god,
If John
he's so good.
Goodman wasn't the actor that they chose for this, then I have no idea if any other actor could have pulled this off, because this man probably takes a character who you can just see as being a creep the entire time. And John Goodman just gives him so much of a backstory in literally just the performance, where I feel like I know who this guy is, even beyond what is actually written on the script.
I completely agree. This movie is so fantastic. So, I'll give you a little bit more of a background here. So, Cloverfield came out in 2008. This didn't come out until 2016. Now, love it or hate it, Cloverfield was very popular. It did very well at the box office, and there were always rumblings of a sequel. Always rumblings. Never happened. Never came to fruition. I don't know. They just didn't want to do it for whatever reason. And they kept it under wraps by making this independent movie, which originally was going to be more of an independent movie, more of an indie release. And J.J. Abrams got, like, I mean, the man, I love him and I hate him.
I hate him.
But sometimes he has a good idea. And this was his idea. He was like, what if we took this script? Because nobody's going to watch this fucking movie. Probably. You're going to get some cinephiles that watch it, but it's going to do nothing at the box office. But what if we took this movie, we put Cloverfield on it, made a few reshoots to tweak it a little bit, and then surprised the fuck out of fans everywhere? And that's what he did, and it worked out really well. This movie, again, was before a Transformers movie. At this point, I forget which fucking one. Some shitty Transformers movie. And they put the trailer before this. Nobody expected this to be a Cloverfield movie. They revealed it at the very end that the title was 10 Cloverfield Lane. And it was so well done. I remember being so excited for this. They did the same thing with the ARG. They unpacked more of the story beforehand. This one was so fucking cool, though, because what they did was they took the trailers that they showed in theaters at one point, and they had 4 different variants of the trailer, depending on what theater chain you went to. Unfortunately, it was only in America, but there was like AMC, Regal, whatever, some other cinemas. And they would literally have GPS coordinates in each of the trailer flash for like a split second at the end of the trailer. Like you had to like take a picture and catch it at the right moment. And if you combined all the GPS coordinates, there was a drop at a site in Louisiana, and you could go there and like freaking unearth some cool stuff for the ARG. It was just so well done.
Now, 10 Cloverfield Lane, of course, I don't know any of that shit because I'm coming to this so late. I can just see this movie, and I'm so conflicted about it because I would have liked to see what this movie would have been like had it not been part of Cloverfield. But then again, I'm pretty sure, like you said, it would have literally been only the
Oh,
cinephiles who picked this out.
I can tell you if you want to know. Like
Go for it,
well,
please.
how the original how so this basically the funny thing about this whole thing was they actually ended up finding the original script, everything like that. The movie is actually remarkably similar. They just reshot a couple of things at the beginning, and obviously added in a few Cloverfield references. Like I don't know if you noticed that one shot noticed that one shot when she's up in the crawl space there, and the letter goes by with the bold future headline on it. No one would really notice that, but that was a nod specifically for the Cloverfield fans.
I actually
Uh,
paused it there. Like I had to
oh,
check and see because I was thinking, well, I know that this is related to Lost. Let me see if there's anything here. And I saw the title. I was
interesting.
like, nope, no, nothing.
Yeah, so that was ARG. That was Bold Future. That's where Howard works. Part of Tuggerotto, evil corporation that are fucking things up. Anyways, but the ending is really the only big difference, which we'll get to in a second. But in the original ending, in the script, basically what happens is she makes it out. Should we count this down?
Let's try to delay it a little bit more.
Well, I was just going to say the original script ending, not the movie ending.
Oh
But
yeah, shit. Yeah, you're right. Okay, count it down.
okay, three, two,
Wait,
one.
wait, no, hold on. Shit. Of course, we both love this movie, right?
Yeah, yeah, love it, love it, love it. Very good,
We both recommend this.
very good. Okay, three, two, one. So in the original, basically what happens is she does escape the bunker. Everything basically happens pretty similar. She escapes the bunker, and basically she just sees a nuclear, kind of like a nuclear fallout blast go off in the way the distance. Like there's still bombs dropping. Everything's fucking decayed, and she just gets in the car and drives away. So that's how it ends originally.
I, mm, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, the ending to 10 Cloverfield Lane as it stands right now, I get it. I understand it, but I also feel like it's a super obligation to the fact that it's named 10 Cloverfield Lane. Like I feel like it goes on for too long. I don't really need to see her fight the whole ship for that long. Honestly, if she just fought one of the little aliens and then won and then drove away, yeah, I'm okay with that. Her deciding to just go back into the fray after she just survived, I was like, I don't know if she would do that. I feel like yeah, she's badass now, but did her surviving this make it go, oh, I need to go save other people from making sure that they don't get kidnapped by John Goodman as well? Like I don't know. Where do you stand on both of those endings?
So first of all, you're 100% correct. The ending is an obligation to the name Cloverfield. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was changed, it was reshot, it was done to do that. You are 100% correct. That being said, I like it. And the reason I like it is because the whole movie just reminds me of a real fucking Kino episode of The Twilight Zone. First of all, do you like The Twilight Zone, like the original? Have you ever seen it?
Okay, I've seen pieces of the Twilight Zone, and honestly, I just understand the premise of it is going to be sci-fi stories that usually have like a third act twist where you go, "Oh fuck, this kind of recontextualizes everything." Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, that's pretty much correct. No, not all of them are like that. So you can't shoehorn all of them into that, but that is a good summary for the most part, and especially the really classic ones.
Hmm.
And that's what this just felt like to me. Like I love the Twilight Zone, and it felt like just a really good fucking Twilight Zone episode because it's just the movie's so great in the sense that this entire movie it makes you think, okay, is this John Goodman crazy, right? John Goodman's crazy, right? Oh no, he's actually maybe telling the truth. No way, he is actually fucking crazy, but he was telling the truth.
Yes.
Like he's literally a crazy piece of shit, but he knew what he was talking about. I said it. There's this one line where he's like, "If the Martians have found us, like, oh boy, like their weapons are better, worse than anything we've ever seen before." And there's actually in the ARG, the game, you would find out that he works for Bold Futura, and one of the last pieces of the ARG is him basically discovering a UFO ship. So he's not crazy. He knows his. Well, he is crazy, but he is right about that and he's right about the attack and he knew what he was doing with that, and it's just cool to see that like people could still be pieces of shit but be right, and that's what I enjoyed about that whole slant in the movie.
Okay, so now just because I'm curious about the production, is there a script that leaked out prior to the retouch that Damien Chazelle did to this?
Prior to Damien Chazelle's that I don't know. I know the original script with that original ending was available online. It was leaked. I think it was called The Cellar Door or something like that. I'd have to,
Yes.
it's been so long, but there definitely is a script out there before or after Chazelle. I don't know.
Okay, because that's the one thing that when I found out about this, I was like, What?
Yeah, that one's a weird one.
So the people don't know if you're somehow in spoilers and still listening to this, fuck you. You should probably go watch this as well. But Damien Chazelle was originally signed to direct this movie, but then when Whiplash got funding, he had to step back because he was like, "Well, Whiplash got funding, so I'm gonna go direct that." So, in an alternate universe, Damien Chazelle directed 10 Cloverfield Lane, and it happened earlier. And I at least between his three movies, Whiplash, La La Land, and First Man, all three of them have a musical touch to them. So the idea that I already love 10 Cloverfield Lane, but then I could have had Damien Giselle direct this and he would have added a musical touch to it. I now lament this, but I can't lament it that hard because it would mean that I would lose out on Whiplash, which Dorian, I fucking swear to God, just watch First Man so I can have an excuse to rewatch it.
Yes. Yeah, I do need. I will. Maybe I'll try watch it for the next show. But it reminds me of the Tarantino bit where Tarantino sold True Romance. He wrote Romance and then decided not to direct that so he could do, I believe it was Reservoir Dogs instead. So it's kind of a similar situation to that. Like he ended up making an absolute classic of a fucking movie, and you got the same thing with Damien Chazelle, and they're both good movies. Like I mean, I enjoyed True Romance.
Yes.
I love Reservoir Dogs, and I really like Cloverfield Lane, and Whiplash is obviously amazing. So it worked out weirdly good for everyone.
Yes,
Shockingly.
but it's still oh my god. Here's the thing. I love Damon Giselle because you know me. I'm all about the music. I'm
Yeah,
all about the audio.
yeah, for sure.
And the idea of just being able to watch this movie and he calls up oh my god, I already forgot his partner. I think Justin Hurwitz or something. I love the idea of him calling up Justin Hurwitz. It's like, hey yo, there's gonna be this girl, she's gonna be trapped in this. What do you got? He's like, I got straight fire. That's what you want? He's like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, let's make this. So I just I would have loved to see if they kept that same ending because something about the nuclear blast going off and how she just drives off, I don't like it because it feels like that's too definitive of an answer. But then again, I feel like the Cloverfield ending as well. That one is definitive as well. I think it just goes on for too long where I like the entire push and pull of the movie, that every single scene gives you another reason to keep watching, which
yeah,
honestly, that's the most impressive thing to me about this script is that for the most part, the movie feels like it has four different directions at four different points of the movie. First off, it's finding out what's going on. Is Howard crazy? Is he telling the truth? Is she going to escape? And what's impressive to me is that I think of it like, okay, I don't know why I think of it in like mathematical terms, but I'm about to get real nerdy. Calculus is telling the slope from any single point in a line. God, this is the smartest I'm going to sound in like 4 years, and I fucking hate
yeah.
this.
I'm taking my headphones off, so you just. I can't go
Uh,
back to math. Do your thing.
no, okay, I'm not gonna go that far, but it's just one of those things that like you take a point in a single you take a point in a single point of this movie and you can see how that would have been a different trajectory, and then it solves the issue and then immediately goes into the next point that the movie could have gone into. And I'm so impressed by the fact that it changes direction so many times, and I was interested in each single one, and every single time that they had a turn I was thinking, well, how are you going to get me interested again? And then they did it. And I just am so impressed by this movie, by the fact that it did that every single time. That by the time you get to the end, it felt like, okay, cool, you made a good movie. Now we're going to help you make the money. We need the scene that ties it in. So by the time that we got to the end, I don't think I was mad. I just went, okay,
Yeah,
this is how you got funding. I guess we got to do this now. Like you
yeah.
scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. But
No, that's fair. And to circle back to what you were saying, it's really good writing, and like you said earlier, the performance from John Goodman in this movie, I just like he just comes across as a creep,
yes,
hilarious, oblivious. Like, he plays every role in this movie so
Yes.
fucking perfect, and you could have put like somebody else in this role and had them do an okay job, and I think this movie is way worse off because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just brings such a presence to this movie, and like, I never thought of John Goodman as a really like serious great actor, but man, that one put him on my radar. It was good.
John Goodman is so insane in this movie because he's not playing a character. He is a person. He is a fully formed person where
Mhm.
you have moments where they just can't read social cues. You have other moments where he just is, you can see that he's trying. He's definitely done some fucked up shit in the real world, and now that the world is over, he doesn't know how to still really go back to the way he could be. uh, it's so interesting to me that he plays this from so many different directions that not only is he always keeping the audience themselves just on edge, he himself is just a person who has their convictions and they're going to keep trying to get those even at the world's end. And oh my god, it's just something so impressive. Movie's so fucking good.
It is a really fantastically done film, and it's so funny. So again, I'm huge part of the Cloverfield like fans. Like I'm actually part of a Discord that
Oh
does
no.
nothing but hunt for clues for Cloverfield movies, and I mean, there's only been two Cloverfield movies. I'm going to
It-
say that again. There's only been two Cloverfield movies. So it's been a long time since we've had them. They are apparently working on a traditional sequel to the movie that won't be shaky hand cam. That'll make you happy.
Well,
Um,
why?
that what
Why?
I'm
I
excited.
get it, but
I'm excited for it. I always want more Cloverfield in my life. But it's funny, this movie was very divisive among Cloverfield fans when it came out because you knew,
fuck them.
well, I know for sure, because there were some that just wanted Monster Go Roar and City Go Boom. They didn't actually want a Kino movie to go along with it.
Trick
So,
more people into watching Kino, the
well,
A24
and
method.
that's why I appreciate what they did with this movie. They really did trick more people into watching really good shit. So it was
Good.
really cool how they did that. And yeah, like I said, it was just a fun ride. One other cool little tidbit is the website for this one was funandprettythings.com. It also linked back to Tagurato, as everything does. But there was actually a game built into this one where it was like a bunker management simulator. It was just like a text-based, like fucking DOS looking game, but it was actually really fun. You had to try. You were basically playing in the ARG. He made this bunker simulator game for his daughter Meg, Megan, I think was the name in the movie, for her
Yes.
to come and see her before all this shit goes down. And he built this simulator for her so she could play it and be ready and prepared for when the bad things happen. So it was pretty cool.
Now, we can't leave him unspoken because we haven't said anything about him. Emmett.
Oh, Emmett's great. He's so clueless, and I love him in this movie.
I just feel so bad for Emmett this entire time.
Oh,
He's the most loyal dog you could ever have. Like,
yeah.
Emmett is just such a good boy, and he didn't deserve that. He really
No,
didn't. Just
no.
that scene is perfection, though. Like
Oh,
everything.
the gunshot in that scene just shakes everything, man. Oh, it's so good. It's
Hold
so
on,
good.
I might have to send it to you. I think that have I told you about Cinefix before?
No.
No. Okay. So Cinefix is probably one of my favorite just YouTube channels in general. They are the only okay, imagine if Watch Mojo wasn't trash. Like that's what Cinefix is. What's impressive about them is that they tend to okay, so they do the best top 10 lists where they go somewhere in between either like very deep dives into a scene, but they also tend to not go so full cinephile while still giving credit to popular movies. Like they really walk that thin line. And one of my favorite things that they did was that they did a moment that breaks down every single turn in that scene and to show you why this scene it works so well.
Oh, that's cool. I gotta watch that. That's
Yes,
neat.
I just sent you the link. By the way,
Hey, I opened it.
all right, if
I'll watch it
anyone
later.
wants to see it, it's called Even More Brilliant Moments in Film Cinefix. Like if you look up Cinefix and you search up Even More Brilliant Moments in Film, you will find that video that I'm talking about. And uh, Cinefix, first off, fucking great. And just that scene, the way that they break it down, just the way that they have the turns, the way that they know how to pull your emotions and they just know how to control you. That moment of silence, just enough seconds to breathe, but not enough time to let your full exhale out. Incredible. Great shit. I love that scene. And God, please, I need more acid barrels in my life because once the acid barrel comes out, you know shit just got real.
No shit, eh? Well, and the funny thing is, again, to tie it to all the Cloverfield nerds, that scene was in the trailer pretty predominantly. Him with the acid barrel showing it off, basically, but like it was still closed, like you couldn't see inside of it or anything like that. And a lot of people were speculating. So again, we didn't know going into the movie, so it was another layer of tension for us because that's a great scene. Like that, you're
Mhm.
right. That scene is fantastic. It's very tense. You don't know what's going to happen. But for Cloverfield fans, a lot of people are wondering, oh man, is that people were thinking it was the parasite from the first Cloverfield movie that was falling off of the guy's Clovey's. His name is Mr. Grumpy Face or Clovey or whatever you want to call him. But the parasites were falling off his skin. Some people were speculating that one of those is what was in the barrel. So there's a lot of like theorizing and stuff like that. So it was a little bit of extra tension for Cloverfield fans on
Fucking
that.
J.J. Abrams.
Fucking J.J. Abrams, man, that guy.
I'm so tired of his mystery box.
Yeah, man, he does have his mystery boxes, man.
But yeah, Emmett was such a good
Good boy.
boy.
Good boy.
Just every single time that he spoke, I was just like, no, please, Howard, lay off of him. He's a good boy. He just wants you to understand people and connect to them.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was definitely the third wheel in Howard's eyes. That's
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that are we good on 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Yeah, great movie. Please watch it, people. It's one that doesn't get like a lot of talk, other than like most people that have seen that movie or Cloverfield fans. Most of them do really appreciate that. But if you're just a fan of film in general, I mean, the ending's wacky, so go know that going in. But it's a great movie.
Seriously, the only thing that I can do is that I will show people 10 Cloverfield Lane and I will ask, okay, have you watched Cloverfield? And if they say no, I'm going to be like, okay, listen, there's a big ass alien and aliens are real. Let's watch 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, it's true. You absolutely do not need to see the first movie to see this movie. So
My score for 10 Cloverfield Lane is it's in the name out of 10.
yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. Great movie.
All right. Is it time for another commercial?
Yeah, let's do a commercial break.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the QVC channel. Thank you for not turning off their podcast provider. Dorian, what do we have in the box? Please, no one tell David Fincher I said that. I can't get sued and lose more money.
We've got a beautiful, fantastic Last of Us steelbook.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, and there's something inside this steelbook, Ed.
What is it?
Yeah, there's something inside the steelbook that's flipped upside down. I'm gonna kill myself.
What?
Okay, hold on,
Guys,
folks.
we are announcing that the hate cast for The Last of Us Part 2 will be coming soon. What is in the box?
Well, I'm just going to Amazon.com right now. Give me a sec. Okay,
Fuck!
I'll do this. We're in the middle of a show. I have to be professional here, professional folks. So let me get this piece of shit that's somehow snuck in this beautiful steelbook of The Last of Us. What do we have with The Last of Us? Well, The Last of Us is the greatest game ever made, and you can too own one of the nicest steelbooks ever made.
Disagree.
You have Ellie on the front. Ellie, how could you not Ellie? You have her paternal father on the back, Joel. Joel is absolutely fantastic. This is a steelbook that is a must own if you're a fan of video games.
How do you like it?
Oh, I love the steelbook.
I meant the other thing.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
I told my wife that this was going to happen, and she was like, "Man, I wish I could listen in." I'm like, "No, no, you can't."
Oh, it's on sale for $29.88 right now. Excellent.
Just know that I will be in Butler, Pennsylvania, destroying a copy because I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, it's fine, but this copy will be safely at your house waiting for you when you get fucking back.
Dorian, you want to know what's the best part? The other day, I figured out how to get a camera connected to my PC. So I'm wondering, can I figure out a way to somehow put my PS4 or PS5, whenever the fuck it comes back, stream it to my PC, and I can just have an actual streamer set up for this?
Oh my god. I'm actually the sad part for me is I don't there's not an easy way to stream Nintendo Switch because I would
Correct.
actually love to stream my 50 oh, I'm not 50. I'm critical pathing it. My fucking whatever critical pathing it's going to take torturous fucking playthrough of this eventually whenever this happens and oh fuck me.
I will send you some money for an Elgato.
Oh my god. Yeah, I guess that's how you would do it, is you'd have to have an Elgato of some sort.
This is gonna
Um
be horrible for both of us.
oh my god. Fuck me.
And so, everybody, anyone in the mood for purchasing a The Last of Us Steelbook with a Breath of the Wild card inside? Oh my God, what is that? Oh, I'm literally trying to call myself because I would want that. Nope.
Yeah, you would too, you fucking dirty whore.
By the way,
Uh,
if you open up the case for the Breath of the Wild case that I sent you, there's a
yes.
receipt in there. I sent you my copy. That receipt is actually when I bought it.
Where's your fucking copy?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll ship it back to you when I'm fucking done. You fucking
No,
with feces
I'll buy
inside of
another one. I'll buy another one.
it.
Miyamoto will be happy.
Oh my god. Why can't I'm trying to figure out how to I'm in my shopping cart. How do I ship this to you? Don't worry, we'll figure this out. We'll
Oh
figure
no,
this
you
out.
have my address. I'm scared.
I do have your address. I have the box right in fucking front of me.
Fuck.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, we'll deal with this in a second. You're fucked.
I need.
Anyways,
I'm gonna go hug my wife once we're done recording.
yeah, I'm gonna go fucking hug my fucking I don't have a fucking wife to hug. Fucking kill me.
It's okay. You have a couple of rounds to hug, and then just start blasting them.
Yeah, I'm fucking hug the gun that's in the fucking barrel of my fucking. Back to the podcast.
Oh, back. All right. So Cloverfield, that was a movie, huh?
Yeah, it was. I'm out of movies. Do you have anything left? I forget what you have left for
All right, I'm
movies.
gonna start wrapping through these because honestly, I don't think I have that much to say. We can
Cool.
probably get to games, and if we can somehow end this episode below 2 hours, it's gonna be sick.
That would
All
be
right.
sick.
So, Walk Hard. I watched Walk Hard. Fuck, Walk Hard is funny. Oh my god, this is great. This is exactly what I want. I want more movies making fun of just other movies that don't try hard. All right. Obviously, Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, is making fun of a whole bunch of biopic movies. If you've seen Ray Charles, if you've seen Bohemian Rhapsody, if you've seen Walk the Line, this movie is making fun of all of them because all of them follow the same format of this is an artist. He was brilliant, even though he was a dick the entire time. No. Whitewash that shit. You don't need to worry about that. All right. Yes. Did he cheat on a whole bunch of wives? Yes. Did he have a whole bunch of children out of wedlock and through multiple women? Yes. Shut up. Who the fuck cares? Okay. You're here to watch the music. Look at them. They're going to think so hard about their entire career. And basically, after that, what's going to happen is that they're going to do one last show to show you that they are the fucking king of their music. And Walk Hard basically parodies all of that. And it's incredible. I love it. I want more of this. It stays in the collection. I don't even remember what I had to pull for this, but oh man, this went into the collection. So did 10 Cloverfield Lane. This movie's hilarious. I love it. Have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
What? No, why? Why?
I don't know. I just didn't find it all that funny, man. I'm gonna be honest. What's the actor's name? Fucking oh
John
my
C.
god.
Riley.
I'm not a fan. I didn't like it. I didn't like Step Brothers either. I don't know.
I don't either.
There's something about that guy I don't find funny. Now, I watched it a long time ago, so maybe I need to give it a rewatch. And I'll be honest, actually, I watched it around the same time I watched Superbad, and like 'cause
Oh, that's
I was
yeah.
rattling through a lot of them, so maybe that just ruined the movie for me. I do like the idea of like a Johnny Cash sort of parody thing, so I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again, but I do remember watching it once and not finding it funny. So,
Have you seen Bohemian Rhapsody?
oh yeah, I like
Okay,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
the best thing about this movie is that Bohemian Rhapsody came out like almost 10 years later, and Walk Hard and Bohemian Rhapsody are the exact same fucking movie. They are the exact same movie. And the fact that there is no self awareness for Bohemian Rhapsody doing the exact same thing that Walk Hard did will never not ruin Bohemian Rhapsody for me. Which is, of course, I went in with Bohemian Rhapsody with proper expectations. I went in and said, if you can just give me Queen music and Dolby Atmos, I'll be happy. And the movie said, we're going to just do that and then bore you in between it. And I went, thank you, movie. That's all I needed. So Walk Hard. I think at this point, if you've seen Bohemian Rhapsody and if you just think about that as you watch it, it becomes so much funnier because you just see how cynical Bohemian Rhapsody is. I love it. Walk Hard is just, it was too early. it was way too early. Nowadays, now that we know what the formula is, Walk Hard pointed it out years ago, and it's perfect. I love this movie. It's so dumb. Being able to see Paul Rudd as one of the Beatles is always going to be funny to me. John C. Reilly just consistently going deeper into drugs, and every single time that they introduce another drug to him, it's always funny. He's like, "Oh, get out of here, Dewey Cox! You don't want none of this shit. It's called reefer." He's like, "Oh, well, I don't want to get a hangover. It doesn't give you a hangover. Oh, well, I don't want to get addicted. It's non-habit forming. Well, I don't, it might ruin sex. It makes sex better." And he's just like, I think I kind of want it. You don't want it, Dewey Cox. Like, it's so perfect. Oh my God, there's a scene whenever they're doing cocaine. He's like, "Get out of here, Dewey Cox. Cocaine makes all your bad feelings, turns them into good feelings." And then all of that, there's a final scene where he hands him pills. He's like, "We're doing uppers and downers. It's the next logical step for you." Like, oh my God. Every single time that they mention drugs in this movie, it fucking killed me. Uh, I don't know. I like it, but I also, I feel like there's other movies I can probably fight harder. So I will just say I really like it, but I won't be like, "You need to try it again."
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I totally get that. I think I will give it a shot at some point, honestly, because, again, it's one I've definitely watched a long time ago, but it's something I would like to see. So,
All right.
maybe
So
give...
Walk Hard. Yeah, we're good there. I'm gonna give it a I can't smell nothing, pa, and the wrong kid died out of 10.
Wait, what did you give that?
Okay, so these movies always have like the trial and tribulation that the main character needs to overcome to achieve greatness. Ray Charles is that he's blind. Walk Hard, I think it's that Johnny Cash is an alcoholic or something. Bohemian Rhapsody, I think it's that Freddie Mercury is gay. Like, they all have this thing that they must overcome in their life, right? And Walk Hard has a perfect one where basically what it is that Dewey Cox, he can't smell. So basically his problem that he has to overcome is that he has no sense of smell. Quick editor's note. At this point, Dorian had sent me a screenshot showing that he bought The Last of Us Part 2 and shipping it to my house. Fuck! No! No! Ah! Oh my God, okay. No. All right, I have to get prepared. I'm sorry. We're done recording. I can't. We need to get prepared. There's an Amazon person coming to my door ready to kill me. We can't do this. No! Oh! QVC has ruined our friendship.
The Mexican standoff has ended.
Oh my God, I feel a shot in my ribs. Are you okay? Are you live?
It hurts for sure. Everything hurts.
Is this how you live?
Hurts. This is pure torture you're listening to live, folks. Pure,
guys,
unadulterated torture.
Every single special episode until the end of the year is just going to be an argument about The Last of Us Part 2. This is what you all wanted.
Oh,
Me, the sacrificial lamb that I am, decided to do this. My only hope is that since I will be out of town the day that it arrives, that someone steals it off my lawn, and then eventually what happens is that the day that I come back, someone tosses it in my backyard. It's like, I don't want this shit. This is my only hope.
Oh, man.
Why?
God.
You see, there are so many other people who host podcasts and they like each other. We genuinely hate each other if we've done this.
Oh, yeah, there's no love here whatsoever.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, sorry, I was explaining the smell blindness. So yeah, he's smell blind, and that's the thing he has to overcome. And not only that, his dad tells him every single time the wrong kid died.
I remember that. That was funny.
The wrong kid died. What's your score while I cry?
Maybe I'll try it again out of 10 and fuck you.
Commercial break?
Commercial break. Welcome back to QVC.
Welcome back!
Oh, folks, we are winding down to the end of our QVC episode. I'm just going to make sure there's no fucking shit surprises in this one, and we're good. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have for you now? Well, we have got a beautiful, absolutely fantastic Trails of Cold Steel 1 Steelbook. Now,
Weebery.
if you weren't weeb enough, we're gonna weeb you all the way with this one, with questionably aged Japanese teenagers fighting politics and saving the world.
Oh, the Japanese love them underage girls.
Oh, they really, really do. But this can be yours for the low, low price of please call so I can go and end my life and this miserable existence.
Janet! Janet, can we sell suicide legally? That's just murder at that point. Okay, got it. Janet says that we can't sell suicide. That's just murder.
You know, Janet's daughter, you're fired. Get out of here, too. You're gone. I hate both of you. No need either
Give
of
us
you.
the granddaughter next.
Make sure her name's not fucking Janet, too.
If it's Janet, I'll understand. We'll just dock her pay for it.
How many goddamn fucking Janets is there gonna be?
Janets multiply like rabbits, okay? This is horrible.
Back to the show.
Hey, remember when we just finally fired at each other and now we've ruined each other's lives?
Hell yeah.
I wish I didn't.
Yeah, me too. Me too. The rest of my year is looking real shit.
You seen that image where it's Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club and he's just crying profusely in a car?
That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, that's me too.
What's next?
All right, South Park. I finally watched the COVID special for South Park.
Oh, nice.
It's funny. It's still really funny. I'm impressed that even a year after the episode came out, it's still pretty much the same shit, except people aren't trying to stab each other for more COVID shots. It's still relevant, which is still funny. That's all I have to say. It's just really good. I'm up to date on South Park now again. Yay.
Fantastic. South Park's good stuff. I have always wanted to watch more of South Park. It just depends. Sometimes I haven't been able to capture it properly. I've gone and watched like seasons at a time and I'll chunk through them real quick and then I just kind of drift off and get off of it. But every time I watch South Park, I find it absolutely hilarious and I love it. I'm so unfathomably far behind at this point, so I could probably just be better off starting with new stuff and going from there. But yeah, I love what I've seen of it. It's great.
God bless in the mid 2000s when South Park Studios released, and how thankfully I think the website actually worked through the PS3 browser. So because of that, I was actually able to run through almost the entire series when I was maybe middle school going into high school. So in other words, I just had so much free time that I actually caught up to the entire series and have watched every episode, even going to illegal websites to try to watch the banned Muhammad episode.
I forgot about that one.
Oh, dude, Muhammad has been in 3 episodes?
Yeah.
God bless South Park for doing that shit 3 separate times.
Oh, yeah, they don't give a fuck, man. I love it. It's so good.
By the way, just if you do want to watch any of the episodes, watch 200 and watch 201. If you are that behind, those 2 episodes are pretty much the South Park games put into episodes, as in that they are a full-on celebration of the entire series. And it's also another thing where I think that both episodes deal with Muhammad, and well, of course, Comedy Central received death threats about it, so there's an entire speech about how fear is a problem. Whenever people capitalize the fear, that just allows people to continue using fear. And Comedy Central, of course, knowing that they had death threats, censored the entire speech. So it somehow actually became even funnier because the speech itself was also talking about how fear would pull people's hands into doing things they don't want.
That's amazing. I need to watch that. That sounds really good.
Yeah, so of course, as we always see, when you tell the South Park guys no, they just come up with even funnier shit.
Yeah, they're brilliant. They're fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, South Park, still fucking hilarious. The COVID special was like, oh wow, we're still dealing with this shit, huh?
Love it.
All right, is this for another QVC or do I roll right into the next TV show?
Well, we've only got one left, so let's save it for a bit. We got to do a proper finale, so we'll get to it.
Okay, you said that you were clean out, right?
Yeah, I'm clean out. You keep going.
All right, cool. Euphoria. Okay, I forget. You haven't watched Skins UK, right?
No.
No. Okay.
No,
All
I
right. So
haven't.
now here's the thing. Skins UK. This was early on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's gone now, which is actually a shame because I think Skins has actually been there for maybe like 7 or 8 years, right? So Skins UK is just garbage teenager shit. Like it is what if you took CW shows and then you decided to give them good actors but still kind of the same trashy plot lines, but then you allowed them to not be on local TV and instead be on a cable or a premium show so they could get a little bit more, I guess, risque, right? So Skins UK is fucking great. Is it like oh man, this is golden age TV? No. Is it like really entertaining? Yes. But it also somehow gets out of the valley of trashiness that is CW shows. Of course, it's not a CW show, it's a BBC show, right? But there's something about it that feels like there's just so much work being put in that I'm like, ow, I love this. This feels like higher end Degrassi. I've never watched Degrassi, but that's my guess. But Skins, fucking love it. If you watch the first two seasons, all the actors there, it's like every single teenage British actor that became a young actor that you then learned about later. Like, it's ridiculous the cast that they pulled for there. And Skins UK, great, trashy as shit. It's just my alley, right? Euphoria is taking everything that I said about Skins and then said, okay, but what if A24 did it with the help of HBO? And it's exactly that. Euphoria. So, of course, what I mean is that Euphoria, I watched the two special episodes that they released during COVID. The first season came out like a year or two ago, so it was still normal times. I'm talking about season one with everything that I say. So, season one, pretty much still trashy teens, still just these high schoolers that you know what, Dorian, I'll bring it back around to you. Do you remember the party scene for the teenagers in the first episode of The Leftovers?
Yes, that I do remember that. Yeah.
It's basically that, but not going to the extreme of lighting a spoon and using it to burn each other. Like,
Good, good.
yeah, so it's everything below that.
Okay.
That's pretty much everything that Euphoria and Skins UK is, right? Like, what if you took that, still had all these shithead teenagers, and they're just doing shit? It's like, man, I don't even think college parties did that, but yeah, sure, go off. So, Euphoria is all of that, except now with A24 and HBO. And Euphoria was just also a lot of good teenage actors nowadays that I'm pretty sure later on, I'm hoping that they break out because like there is talent there. So I'm really hoping Euphoria is the Skins UK for like a decade after. And Euphoria, completely trashy. I enjoyed it. Gorgeous cinematography, but HBO Max having its horrible streaming kills so much of it. It actually does bother me because I would want to see what this looks like in 4K because God, these trashy teenage parties and these smoky like purples that they're putting
Yeah,
out on the
it'd
screen. I'm
probably
like,
look nice in 4K.
oh, it probably would, but you know, there is no 4K version of this. I don't even know if they wait, hold on. Euphoria Blu-ray. I bet they don't have what? Why does Blu-ray.com have this?
Oh, maybe there is a Blu-ray.
Buy on eBay? Nope, does not exist. Does not
No,
exist. Thanks
uh,
fucking lot. So yeah, of course,
HBO
this does.
Max.
Yeah, actually really bothers me, but gorgeous cinematography and blue. Like if it was on Blu-ray, I would want to buy it for like $5 or $10, watch it once, and then throw the disc away. So Euphoria, completely trashy. The reason I wanted to preface it like this is that the two episodes that they released after, they were just kind of bottle episodes. You can kind of tell that this was done with like I guess COVID regulations because the two episodes that they released are focused on one character each, and they're all in one location with like a small cast of characters, and it's just doing cinematography to make two people talking interesting. And I fucking loved both of the episodes, not even from like, oh my god, this is just good garbage. Like I was watching this and thinking, this is actually really well done. There is no reason that these actors are hitting this so hard. The writing is just on point. Everything that they're doing is stuff that makes me think this is a real drama instead of just watching trashy teens get addicted to heroin. Like I don't understand how it's that these two episodes are so vastly different from the series where it feels like they were taking their characters seriously instead of, hey man, you want to see this muscle band dude not being able to admit that he's gay to himself? Like I was like, how, how? Not only that, I need gay people to disappear from movies. I need gay people to disappear from.
Well, we're canceled now. Fuck. Jesus Christ, Edwin.
I need the gays to disappear to vacate because it is the trans time, okay? We need
Oh,
more trans characters. I'm sorry, gays, you're boring now, okay? You're normal. I'm sorry, no one needs you anymore. We need more trans people because the second episode deals with one of the trans characters in Euphoria. And I was so endlessly fascinated by her because I was like, I don't really understand what is going on. please explain. And I was like, fuck, this is good. This is good. We need more trans stories because I don't understand what's going on there. But gays, I get it. Okay, cool. I get it. Move on. We got it. Understood. You have Call Me by Your Name, and sadly, one of them starred a guy who was a cannibalist. Whoops. Sorry. It's time for the trans to have a chance to have a cannibalist star in one of your movies. I'm sorry. So, Euphoria. I have no idea how the hell those 2 episodes were so good. And I have no idea what it looks like for the timeline for season 2. But if somehow they can turn this into a real show instead of me just going, yes, what are trashy teens going to do now? I will be endlessly impressed because there are some good actors here, and it just makes me happy to see them getting actual work on top of their paychecks. It would be pretty cool. Dorian, is this doing anything for you?
I mean, it's something I might check out one day, but I gotta be in the right type of mood for that type of show, to be honest with you. Like trashy teens doing their thing, that kind of teenage drama. Like it's something I would probably give it a watch, but I'd probably be distracted by other things. But I don't know, I might look into it one day for sure.
That's the thing. Like, it's one of those comfort shows where it's just like, I think how some people have a void where they want to watch reality TV. My reality TV is trashy teens just
Yeah.
making horrible choices.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that.
So it's also just so well done that it allows me to be like, yeah, it's trash, but you can still tell that they care, and that's what I'm always impressed by. Just, the way that they film this show is just gorgeous every single time. Fucking HBO, please just bump the entire series to 4K now, okay? Well, not the series, the entire platform to 4K. You're doing it for the new releases. Just bump everything else, please. I know you have it in you.
Please. The funny thing is, we don't even have HBO Max out here in Mooseland.
Mhm.
We have Crave, which is somehow worse. So just be happy. It could theoretically be worse.
I mean, the worst is probably pirating it. So,
I mean, true.
God, all right. Euphoria. Trashy teens, perhaps turning into art out of 10.
I agree with that.
Oh yeah, Always Sunny. Always Sunny is just great. I don't think I have anything more to add to this. Always Sunny is comedic genius. I kind of wish that someone would have told me that it is from the school of Curb and Seinfeld
Oh
style
yeah.
of writing, where the entire episode is building up to one final joke with other jokes sprinkled in. I had no idea. I always thought that from the offset that Always Sunny was more like your general sitcom where it would just have joke after joke after joke come back next week. But no, the fact that they actually justify their entire runtime, which is a running theme pretty much for this entire show, that when I talk about comedies, that the internet has ruined me, where why am I just going to watch a string of jokes after jokes after jokes if I can just go look up memes and get the same amount of laughs in less time? So you need to justify your entire runtime, and Always Sunny does. I'm so happy. We're going to put this probably right next to Curb, where if you're going to write in this style, you're going to have a comedy that's going to be for me.
How far into it are you?
2 seasons, probably. Like,
Oh,
probably
okay.
like almost end of 2 seasons.
Oh, you're almost at my favorite part. I'll hold my tongue until then.
Oh, okay, okay. I will say, the episode with the abortion still killed
Oh
me.
my god, great
The
episode.
picking up chicks at an abortion clinic is comedic genius. Of course, I already got the, oh, did someone get addicted to crack? Did someone get, like, I get fucking killed me. Now my wife and I will just very often just look at each other, and if something bad happens to the other, we'll just be like, did someone get addicted to crack? Like, it's been only a couple of days, and we've already know that these are going to be things that we're going to throw at each other for a good amount of years. The gun episode, just them shooting Charlie, that was comedic. I think what was it? I think we got into like the second episode of season 2, and my wife was like, God, how many times have they tried to kill Charlie in like 8 episodes? I'm like, yeah, Charlie gets his ass kicked a lot.
He's the
And
punching bag.
he really is. Being able to see children just beat the shit out of each other, like if you made a rated R Space Jam, was incredible. Them trying to seduce each other's moms, them trying to use the, I guess, a Virgin Mary in the bar to make money off of it. Gold. All of this, just so gold. I love it.
Yeah, my canon for this show is they basically did their thing, and then they had Danny DeVito come on and guest spot for the show, and then they're like, okay, good show, and then they all went home, and then they went to film the next day, and Danny DeVito was still there, and they're like, oh no, sir, you're done. It was the one episode. He's like, oh no, I'm just hanging around now. And they're like, okay, well, we can't pay you. He's like, no, that's all right. Just pay me sandwiches. They're like, what? No, just pay me sandwiches. I'll keep doing it. And that's how we got It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And it's absolutely fucking brilliant. I love it so much.
Danny DeVito, it's so weird because I still really like season one. I still really do. But
Yeah.
I almost kind of wish that they went and redid those episodes with Danny DeVito just so you
Yeah,
can
no
see
shit.
how fucking crazier it even gets.
Oh my god. And that's the thing about this show is it gets so nuts, but it still somehow is so excellent and consistent in its quality where you do not get a bad season with this show. I have not seen a bad season with this show yet. It's just amazing.
The literal first episode had a hard R drop in, and I was like, oh, that's the show we're getting. Hell yes. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Just there's so much about this show that reminds me of all the fucking comedy that I like, that all the comedy I like is all a little fucked up.
Yeah.
And
there's a reason
that
why
was,
it's called this like Seinfeld on crack.
did someone get addicted to crack? Did someone get addicted to crack?
Yeah, basically.
That's the best part. I just love whenever there are horrible people who are funny and you get to watch them just get themselves into situations that it's constantly walking themselves into a rake and it's like, all right, come back for the next episode and we're going to have a different way that we're going to land on the rake.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Oh my god, the kids and them not carding in the bar, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what? We didn't notice that these kids are like 15. Like, oh my god, just Always Sunny is great. I love this show.
Yeah, it's great. If you somehow haven't watched this show, get on it, man. It's so good.
Once again, we're going back to the punching bag. Friends is gone. Okay, it's not on Netflix anymore. You have HBO Max. You know what you could be watching instead? You could be watching Euphoria. And then, oh, you actually got Peacock for Office? Look at the fucking dork who owns Peacock. What a fucking loser. You're disgusting. Cancel it. Oh, you got it for free because you have internet from Xfinity. Okay, fine. I forgive you. But besides that, no. Well, you like wrestling? Okay, fine. Forgiven. But besides that, no reason. Go watch Always Sunny. Get Hulu. Watch this one. This is good.
Oh, is it on Hulu in the States?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. It's on Disney Plus in Canada.
Wow, that's fucking weird. What the hell? Why? Dude, Disney don't give a shit in Canada.
I don't know how it works in America, but for Disney Plus in Canada, they've got the Fox stuff now, basically, and that's an FX show. So yeah, it's on there for Canada.
Okay, so at least over here we have Disney Plus, and Disney Plus is basically everything Disney has PG-13 and below, but Hulu still has a whole bunch of its own exclusive stuff, but it's also the home to FX and FXX.
Right. Well, that makes sense though, because we don't have Hulu in Canada, so I think they probably just adjusted that and put all the Hulu shit in that on Disney Plus if they could.
Damn, that sucks. You guys actually have Disney Plus worthwhile up there. We don't.
Yeah, I know, right? No shit. Like, it's worth it, honestly, just for It's Always Sunny. It's just amazing.
What the fuck am I gonna do? Am I gonna watch What Ifs? Like, of course not.
No, fuck that.
All right, Always Sunny is going to be hard R in the first episode out of 10.
I have a top 5 TV series that kind of fluctuates sometime, but it would be in my top 5. So there you go.
That is pretty much my list until we get into games. So you're taking it from here.
All right. Well, let's do the final QVC segment. Let's get that out of the way.
Okay. All right. Go for it. Go for it. All right, everybody, as you can see, both hosts currently have guns pointed at each other's dicks underneath the table, like if it was Inglourious Bastards. This is going to end very badly for everyone. What's next in the box?
Well, my life is basically over at this point, and I have no will left to live. We have basically wanted to kill each other.
Yes.
We have done that. We have not got a single phone call. Nobody's interested in our wares.
The news tightens for both of us.
We're also being canceled for multiple horrific things we've said. Plus,
I apologize to the gays.
Yes. Plus, you mentioned the fucking D word earlier. So
physical for life.
I don't even fucking care at this point. The final item we got up for sale. Actually, this is really nice. Actually, it's a lot nicer in person. We've got a Resident Evil 7 Steelbook. Now, the fun thing about this one is it's got your hinges. Now, I'm not a fan of the Steelbook with hinges, but it also has the raised textures. And oh boy, do I like raised textures on a Steelbook. I could rub my hand back and forth on that all day like I was back in junior high school watching a porno. It is absolutely beautiful. Man, oh man, that is fantastic.
I was drinking water during that segment and I swallowed really hard and it hurt me.
Resident Evil 7, very nice steelbook, folks. There's actually two different variants. I believe this is the North American variant. You're not going to call and get this because you can't call. This is all make believe because we fucking hate ourselves. Let's go.
Well, people, this is going to be probably the last episode of Passive Pixels. Now, me and Dorian are going to go out and take some shots at the bar nearby. No one come by, no one call the police. It's going to be a barn burner.
It was nice knowing you all, folks. I love you all.
I didn't love any of you. None of you.
Yeah, I was lying. I hated you all too.
All of you forced us to do this shit, okay? I planned this shit to do it live, and now you got to hear both of us just immediately empty out a clip into each other metaphorically.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Any phone calls? Janet!
Wait,
Janet Jr.
We fired her too. Janet's gone.
Janet Jr.
Is she there?
I think Janet Jr. drank the Kool-Aid that we left out.
Oh no, not the Kool-Aid.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I don't know how we're going to explain to Janet or Janet Jr. that Janet Jr.'s gone.
Cut to commercial. Fuck, we are the commercial.
We are the commercials. Oh, how do we do this? Okay, you know what? How about this? Burn it all. We'll set it on fire, and if we die in the fire, then we don't have to play Breath of the Wild or The Last of Us.
Yeah, no, we will die in the fire. Perfect. Okay,
all right. Hold on. I think what was it? 10 Cloverfield Lane. If we have an alcohol bottle from when one of us got divorced, it'll be perfect and fit into the script of how we could set a Molotov cocktail.
I have got a bottle of vodka right behind me.
Beautiful. I have a gun. We'll shoot it and we'll smoke while we do it too.
Fantastic. What a way to go.
Okay, wonderful. Video games?
Okay. So, thank you for dealing with that horrible segment, folks. We will start
Thank you for the commercials.
Yeah, we will start with Hades. Honestly, I don't have much to say about Hades. I dropped it. It's done. I might go back one day. It might just be a mood thing for me. It's a fun game. It's actually really fun in spurts. It's just not for me. The story is just, it's there. It's just not gripping me. We already had my indie epiphany last week. I still feel that way. I'm sorry.
Disgusting.
The gameplay is fun though. Like, it is fun. If you just want a game that you're going to have a lot of fun with, that everybody loves except me apparently, then you're going to like Hades. Wasn't the thing for me. So
I have no opinion about Hades because I have no opinion about Supergiant. I will get to it eventually. I'll probably talk about Supergiant slightly during my next segment of Final Fantasy IV. So moving on from here, Hades is going to be it came to an epiphany for me while I was in the shower that the reason that people probably like this is that the art for Hades is probably really good Tumblr bait out of 10.
All right, but it'd be like a 6 out of 10 if I was to rate him. So
Ow, pain. Okay. Yeah. I only have one game. Do I just knock it out and then give you the rest of the show, or?
I thought you had two.
I mean, Parasite Eve I talked about at the beginning, so.
No, but you have Final Fantasy and 12 minutes.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about 12 minutes. I forgot that was even here. Yeah. Did I read out 12 minutes in the table of contents?
I don't even know, but we should finish with that. That's probably a good one to finish with. So.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll go ahead and get Final Fantasy IV out of the way. Yeah. Final Fantasy IV, I didn't know what to start on my Vita next. I was going to start Bastion, but then I remembered that I started Final Fantasy IV, I don't know, probably 2016 or 2017. And the cool thing is that since I hacked my Vita, I was able to move over all of my PSP saves which means I have saves from like 2008 or 2009 that are still on my Vita. And one of them is Final Fantasy IV. The last time I had a save for Final Fantasy IV was 2017. And I even had a picture in my phone to show me what was the next thing I had to do. So pretty much I had to go through the relearning process of how to play this game and what was going on. I still really like it. I'm still so impressed that this game from the 90s probably has a story that's on par with a whole bunch of indie games that are in this same style nowadays. It is very good. Characters are always fucking dying, and it's ridiculous to see that this game just constantly will be like, here's a cool character. You like him? Yes, I do. Cool, we're gonna kill him. Oh, fuck. I wasn't prepared for this. Final Fantasy IV is still a very good game. It's just now that at this point I am losing so much patience that anytime I have to deal with a random encounter, I am very happy that I can just click on auto, and I guess my characters are OP enough that I can get through it very quickly. Dorian, have you played Final Fantasy IV?
Oh my god, probably ages ago when I was a kid, but I don't remember.
Okay, just know that this is probably one that holds up, except for the fact that it is just way too constant with its random encounters.
Is it on the SNES Classic?
No, I think that might
No.
only be 6.
Okay. I actually might have a copy though, because I know I have a PlayStation 1 that has like 3 of the classic ones on there, so that one might be
Hmm,
one of them. I forget which ones are on there, but I've got like one for PS1 that's apparently all of them ported over. So I'll have to check, but I might have it.
solid. All right, but yeah, Final Fantasy IV. Of course, I'm playing the PSP port. I enjoy the redone music. The pixel art is, it's not that pixely, but like it's in the same vein, and I appreciate it. Final Fantasy IV. I'm going to give it a damn. This still holds up, huh? Out of 10.
Nice. I'm gonna give it a maybe I'll play it one day out of 10.
Solid. All right, moving on.
So you've just got 12 minutes, so I'm just going to rattle off some shit here. Some
Go
of it
for
I
it.
got a few things to say, some of them not so much, but we'll go. So
Mhm.
Halo 4, Green Man Go Shoot Shoot. They actually did make a Halo 4. This is made by 343 Games.
Doesn't
The
exist.
what's that?
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. Yeah, you can plug your ears during this part.
It's a fake video game.
The much maligned studio from Xbox or Microsoft. Xbox has no games.
Correct.
Yeah, so actually, I really did enjoy this game though. I think it's banging. The interesting thing about this game though is there's a much bigger focus on narrative compared to the other Halo games. Like they definitely do pump the narrative a lot harder in this game. Parts of it are really good, but there are parts that some fall flat. This clearly isn't Bungie anymore. I actually do like the game more than I ended up liking Reach, but there are parts of it that hold it back from being a classic Halo game like the original trilogy and ODST, in my opinion. Definitely a bigger focus on narrative, less of a focus on sandbox. Like the Halo's kind of known for its kind of sandboxy sort of first person environments. This game almost has none of that. So definitely a very different type of Halo game, and I can see some like hardcore Halo fans having problems with it. It was actually pretty well received critically, I think, though, and for the most part by fans. Apparently the multiplayer sucked, but I don't care about multiplayer. And yeah, later tonight I will be playing Halo 5 Guardians and want to kill myself because apparently that is horrendous. So at least I had this last fleeting moment of good Halo.
Remember that no games is better than bad games, and the fact that Xbox's only game is Halo 5, well,
Too fucking shay. That's basically all I got for Halo 4, honestly. Did you have anything else you want to add?
all right, Halo 4. I don't think this video game exists. There's no proof that it exists. I guess that, it's there in the Master Chief Collection. I think it might just be like how there's a Jack 4, but really what it is like it's just some of the concept art that they put on a box whenever limited run games was selling all 3 Jack games. I think it might be something like that. And they probably put it there, and whenever I try to boot it, it's probably just going to give me like a couple of screenshots of like, yeah, this is what would have happened if we made a Halo 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally accurate.
I love the idea that I'm just like a Halo Bungie truther, where it's just like I don't think this is real. What you think we landed on the moon? You think there's a Halo 4?
Yeah, you know what? You know what? I like the game, but I'm just gonna pretend it never existed either. I think that's funner, more fun.
Halo 4 is I bet you believe the moon is real out of 10.
Yeah, 7.5 out of 10, but is it real?
Probably not, man. Numbers aren't
Probably
real.
not.
Like I went to school and they taught us about imaginary numbers. Like this is a fucking lie.
Oh shit. Okay, up next, Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry, sort of the original one for PS2. I actually
Hmm.
really enjoyed this game more than I thought it was. Thought I was going to. It's banging. I was expecting a more straight up hack and slash action game like God of War, but it's actually more God of War like combined with Resident Evil. I wasn't expecting all the Resident Evil bits to it, which makes sense. Like I think this was originally supposed to be a Resident Evil game, I believe, but it got changed. And yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed this game. What I was not expecting from this game, especially, was the absolutely glorious fucking voice acting we get from this game. I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
Oh no no no. Okay, if we're gonna pull that one out, now I'm
Oh.
gonna have to try my hand. I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light, 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 light.
Oh my god, I could not stop laughing. This game is glorious, man. It's so great. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's fun to play. I mean, there's not much of a story, but it's fucking fun. I'm in on this series. And when I say everyone, I mean literally every single person. My mailman even has told me Devil May Cry 2 sucks and you should skip it. I'm still going to try the fucking game because I'm stupid and I hate myself. But if I do hate it, I'm not going to hold it against the series and I'll just jump to Devil May Cry 3. But I'm actually excited. I want to try the rest of these games. I had so much fun with this game.
So of course the box for the commercial that we just did, of course it was opened up and inspected by the Canadian Post Office. I just love the idea that when Parrot, first off, you're horrible. If you're listening to this, stop reading books. Books are bad for your brain. They make you melt. I love the idea that when Parrot sent you the package that had Devil May Cry in it, it was already opened, and he handed it to you. He's like, by the way, man, Devil May Cry 2, you don't want to do that one. You don't want to do that one.
Yeah.
And you're like, how do you know? Why are you here? Why are you just drop it and then don't speak to me. Leave.
Oh my god, that's probably true. Yeah, that's canon now.
Is
But
there anything else you wanted to add, or we go with scores?
only other thing I wanted to add was that yeah, it's just really cool. Definitely feels like Resident Evil to me in some ways. Cool history for that game. Definitely check them out. I can't wait to play more, and I will talk about them and probably shit on Devil May Cry 2 soon. So I gave it a 7 out of 10. It is banging.
I'm going to give it a. Okay, well, first off, preface before I give the score. I've only played Devil May Cry 5. That is it. And I'm going to give Devil May Cry 1 a score of. Does it have Devil Trigger, though, out of 10?
It does not have Devil Trigger. I've heard that's very good.
Did,
Okay,
oh my god, just
I'll
listen.
listen to it.
I had no interest whatsoever with Devil May Cry, but as soon as I saw Devil May Cry 5 get announced and they had Devil Trigger playing, I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. All I know is that I need more of that song in my life. And so I bought the game just because I knew it had Devil Trigger in it. And you know what? It satisfied me.
Yeah, I've heard it's really fun. I'm actually excited. Like Devil May Cry 5 is honestly too one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because that game looks so fucking fun, but I'm stupid. I'm like, I'm not gonna just jump into this game. So let's play everything else first.
I consider that. I think I even have Devil May Cry 1 through 3 at some point on my PS3. I don't know how it got there, but it's there if I ever wanted to try it, but I doubt it.
Fair enough. Okay, moving on. This one I actually do have a little bit to say about. So I played. First of all, I got before we even start Inside. So the game I played, Ed.
Mhm.
Have you played it, Ed?
All right, you can go full on spoilers because I tried it, I didn't care for it,
Okay,
and it's
cool.
pretty much the same thing with Limbo. Both of them, just I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I probably need to play these at the same time to maybe get through, and then be the person who would start snarkily saying, "Yeah, I like this shit, huh?"
Okay, cool. So I'll start with some general thoughts and then I'll go count it down before spoilers. But Inside.
Of course.
Okay, so first of all, let me preface this. I hated Limbo. I thought Limbo was bad. I did not like it. I think I give it a 5 out of 10. I think there are some parts of it that are fine, but the game's boring to me. I did not connect with the story, the world, the characters. I mean, there's barely any of that in the game, anyways. But I did not connect to that world. I did not find it entertaining. I did not like the game. But
Mhm.
I've had so many people like, oh, you gotta try Inside, you gotta try Inside, you gotta try Inside. I was like, fuck off, fine. You know what? I'm gonna spike buy this game because it's like $8 on sale right now. It's a quick game I can play sometime, and then I will tell you to fuck off and never recommend me a Playdead game again because I
Mm.
don't think I'm gonna like this studio. This seems to be the exact same type of game as Limbo. Fuck off.
Mhm.
And to be fair, it is the exact same type of game as Limbo, but it's Limbo, but I care about it. And I can't explain why. I guess the biggest thing for this game for me is that the world just drew me in way more, and I was interested to see what the fuck was going on because it does a good job, in my opinion, of building up kind of like why you're doing all this, and you've got all these weird people that you're mind controlling, and like why are you trying to escape from these people? Why is everything trying to kill you? Like what the actual fuck is going on in this game? And it was interesting enough that it kept me going. The puzzles were bare bones and basic, like kind of like Limbo was. But
Mm.
yeah, just the world alone gave so much cash to burn for me and to see me through it because it's not a long game to begin with, anyways. Now it's not a perfect game, definitely has flaws, but it was fun enough that I wanted to keep going and kind of see what happens at the end.
Mm.
So, is there anything you want to add before I get into spoilers?
No, I mean, I feel like I already said my piece when it comes to Limbo and Inside. I'd played it and I was like, I don't really get why I should keep playing. Limbo was like, yeah, this would be something I would play for the novelty to be able to get through initially, but like what, almost 10 years later, I'm not into this. Inside, I just kept playing and I was like, I don't really think I'm curious enough to want to figure out what's going on. So right there, again, it kind of just killed my reason to play either one. So neither of them, even if you spoil it for me, would be things to get me back in. It would just be like, oh, so that's what it was, and then I'll probably never think of it again.
Okay, cool. Okay, so counting down spoilers, 3, 2, 1. So it turns out when you get to the end of Inside, and now there's so many different ways to interpret this. So what I'm about to say is my interpretation of the events. Obviously, y'all might be like, you're fucking crazy. This is how it happened. And you could be well right, but this is my interpretation. But when you get to the end, you basically find this hideous blob that all these scientists are watching and just kind of seeing what it's doing. And it's wearing the same mind control device that you've been using on other fucking people throughout the entire game. So you end up going into the tank and merging with the blob. So my interpretation is that the entire game, basically, this blob has been mind controlling you to get to it and then take it over so that you can escape. And that's basically what the final sequence is. You do this big giant escape sequence, which I think is fucking cool. The art in this sequence, like, I know you're not going to play this game, Ed, but go and look up like a 5 minute just kind of a walkthrough of like what's happening at the end, because how they animate this hideous fucking blob and you controlling its arm to do these weird little puzzles, it's fucking wild. Like, it was so well done in my opinion. But yeah, so basically you escape, you finally be able to get free, and then there's just this kind of serene moment at the very end of the game where you're on the beach, the sun's kind of shining down, and you're just this hideous deformed blob, and just kind of sitting there relaxing, finally free, and then it rolls credits. It's really weird, and it just kind of sat with me, and I'm still thinking about it, and I really like it. Now that's the ending, but there's also even a secret ending where it just further kind of emboldens my theory, in my opinion, where throughout the entire game, these little things you can unplug, basically like little bubbles, and if you unplug it you get a trophy, and it's like you've done one. So I looked it up. I was like, fucking, I ain't gonna fucking try to figure this out naturally. So I looked it up, followed a walkthrough, got them all, and then basically once you get all 13 of them, you go back to this one of them, the second bubble. There's like this secret room with this lever, and I guess you would have had to like decode this message. Like, I ain't fucking doing any of that, so give me the fucking code. So I do the code, and you basically end up in this room with a plug that basically just unplugs everything, I guess. And the second you unplug it, you basically just hunch over and fall down like all of the other people that are being mind controlled, and it just cuts to black. And so that's kind of where I kind of base my interpretation, that this fucking blob thing is mind controlling you throughout the entire game to free it. And once you pull the plug, you're just a lifeless husk like everything else. Yeah,
All
it,
right.
it was neat. I
I'm
liked it.
I'm not gonna lie. You told me to pull up the video, and then YouTube recommendations sent me something where it put me down into a 30-second video of some dude speed running through Halo 2, and this man sword jumped into one of the ships, and it sent him flying through the entire
It's amazing.
fucking level at Mach 2.
That's
It was
amazing.
incredible.
That is
Uh,
fantastic. Hey man, that's that's quality entertainment right there. Oh my god.
So yeah, don't worry. I still heard all of that. Like the fact that you interpreted it as a blob that was trying to escape by
Yes.
controlling the entire way.
Yes.
Okay, sick. Oh dude, I misspelled ending. I put enting.
Oh, good shit.
Okay,
Good shit.
inside ending, no commentary. Added to my watch later. I will need to see what is going
Yeah,
on.
just check out some of the animation work because I think it's really well done. So, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of indie stuff, but this one, I don't know, it clicked with me. I thought it was cool. It was abstract enough, and I really kind of like what they did with the ending. It kind of hit for me. So, definitely an experience I enjoyed way more than I thought it was. Because, like I said, I did not like Limbo at all. Limbo was just not a game I was interested in, but this one clicked.
I feel like I have to just throw this one in here. Like it's gonna be a hot swap, but we're here, so fuck it. Um, Gynkahana. Look, I look. I know I'm just hard turning right now. I'm sorry. Gynkahana, Jym, just exactly like Jim.
Yep.
Kahana, Khana. Gynkahana is insane shit that I can't believe exists. It's just real people in cars drifting, and you don't understand how the fuck they're doing this so well. I just look. I'm sorry. I'm literally just saying all this so I can timestamp it to get more people to see this shit. If you were to look up Gynkahana 2020 Subaru, it's gonna be some insane shit. That's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry.
So I
uh,
googled it, and I'll show you. I'm going to send you a link right now. This is what I found.
oh
So
my god, is that
I
Gynkahana?
think that is Mr. Gynkahana, a doctor out of Mumbai who does maxillofacial surgery. So that's what I got
Okay.
out of it.
Whoops. Okay, I guess search on YouTube instead.
Oh my
this,
god.
this episode's a fucking mess.
It really is. This is the worst one yet.
No, this is a good one. Okay, we finally shot each other, and now
Yeah,
we're both
true.
just gonna bleed out until the next episode.
That's true. It's good at least.
Okay, so yeah, Inside, I will happily add that to my watch later. I need to watch this because you know me, I'm a big fan of animation and seeing how they pull this shit off. So yes, I will need to watch that. Inside is going to be I'm going to spoil this shit for myself out of 10.
Yeah, fair enough. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed it.
Wonderful. All right, is 12 minutes
It's
up
12
or is
minutes
that something else?
time.
Oh shit, 12 minutes. All right, do we just count it down because obviously? Well, okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
I
Let's
mean,
give. Where do we feel with recommending this game?
oh man, it's really tough for me to recommend this game. I like it. I think it's banging. I think it's good. I'll get that out of the way. But I could only really recommend this game in a couple ways. One, if you're a really big fan of old school point and click adventure games, I think you might like this game because it's good for that. Also, if you kind of want something that's just fucking so off the wall and different and like has like kind of just some indie kind of movie feel to it, you might get some enjoyment out of this. Otherwise, I don't think I could fucking recommend this to anyone. So
Okay. I like 12 minutes. I appreciate that it exists. I don't know how much of it I actually like beyond the novelty that it's different. Can I recommend it? If you are playing it alone and you are just like, I do not want to use a walkthrough whatsoever. No, do not. If
yeah.
you have someone who you want to share their brain power and make it a backseat gaming session, and you are okay with using a walkthrough when you need it, then yes, this is one that you should play. So we're both positive on it with, enough caveats attached to it. Are we comfortable to just now start talking about how we feel about this?
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's dive right into spoilers because you kind of need to for this game. So
Perfect. All right, so let's just count it down. Three, two, one. To be fair, this is the only way that you can open it up. That's your sister, man.
look, I don't care if it's Daisy fucking Riddle. It's your goddamn sister.
Hold on. I think where's that from? I think that's from Eurotrip. That's your
Yeah,
sister,
I
man.
think so. Good call.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
I
off.
okay. How do we feel that it handles that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't. Is it a twist for shock value's sake? Absolutely. Does it handle it well? Maybe. Kinda. I mean, I appreciate. Okay, I appreciate the fact that a game's willing to do something off the wall like this because so many
Yes.
games would just play it safe and make it
Yes.
some gamer bullshit time loop thing that gets solved at the end. Maybe has some sad ending or bad ending, and that's that. But the fact to take it off in such a wild fucking turn, I do appreciate that. But is it done particularly well? Probably not, honestly.
It's one of the weird things where I just feel like gaming is still really early on with trying to tell narratives, that
Yeah.
the fact that this thing is even trying makes me want to give it a whole bunch of
Yeah.
points.
Same.
Like how there are so many people who nowadays will watch Citizen Kane and be like, man, this fucking movie sucked. But then if you take it back like a 100 years, you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, but you don't understand. This is what set the template for how movies are made here forth. So it's one of those things that I'm happy it does it, but at the same time, I still don't know how much of it is me being happy that they went for it and that there's the novelty of doing that, that I don't know if I can decide if they did it right or not.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. That's a really good point.
Like, I don't know if they earned it. Like, they definitely set the seeds of how to prove it, but it still feels like, yeah, the timelines wrap up, but did you kind of escalate to a proper direction where you would start thinking that things are off? Like, with either the main character hypnotizing it, but knowing this ultimately, um, did the dad actually sign off on this to be like, yeah, go ahead and date your sister? Like, I don't know how I feel about all this, where I think maybe it's just the novelty that leaves me positive on it.
Yeah, I agree with that, honestly. I do, like I said, the bold decisions are really cool. I mean, there's a lot to like about this game. The voice acting is great. I mean, you've got Daisy Riddle, you've got James McAvoy, you've got William Defoe, like fucking three A-list actors, let's be honest. Doing a really good job. And now it's memed because you hear the same shit so goddamn fucking often because of the loop. And
Oh,
you can
rude.
meme the game to like ask the questions in like a weird order, and it just breaks the narrative on it. Like it's just stupid. But credit where credit is due because the voice acting is very good. But yeah, it's just got some weird issues with it.
I feel like I forgive a lot of it though, because like it's an indie game. Like,
Yeah,
you probably spent most of your budget to get these people
well,
to read their
absolutely.
lines. And I'm pretty sure what you did is that whenever they had one line, you're like, could we re-record this and start trying to figure out how we can branch these loops differently so the conversations by the time you got to this point, the actor who's sitting there going, "Hey, do you realize how much you're paying me per hour?" And you're like, "Fuck, okay, do one take, and that's what we're gonna have." So
Yeah.
I don't blame it. It just feels like something that if it were something that came out in like 10 years from now, I would assume that people would be like, "Wow, man, why is this like this? This feels like no effort. This feels like such low but blah blah blah, all of this, right?" I think considering the time that we are in the history of video games, this is good for the medium. I don't know if it's good for itself. It, I don't really like the way that it handles the gameplay logic. I got stuck trying to figure out how to get the hitman to, I guess, get him down. Like, I didn't realize that if you turn off the light in the bedroom twice, it
Right.
shocks you.
Yeah. I
I
actually figured
didn't
that
know
out
that.
pretty early on when I was dicking around with shit. So I got lucky.
That's that's the thing. I turned it on, and when it sparked me, I was like, "Ow! Oh, okay. Well, that's bad. I'm not going to do that again."
Yeah, see, I just like to fuck around with things. So I'm like, oh, what happens if I do that again? Oh, okay.
By the way, I don't remember who. Oh no, no, I think it was on Sacred Symbols that I think they were complaining about using a knife to open up a vent. I was driving to my parents' house yesterday. I listened to that, and I out loud in the car was like, "Dude, I use a knife for everything." Like that was my
Yeah, I thought it
first
was
thought.
natural too.
Yeah, like, oh my god, every single time that there is a problem with something, if I don't have a screwdriver, my next idea is like, is there a knife? Like,
Yeah.
oh my, I'd probably blame my dad for that.
Now, using the spoon for event would have been stupid.
Yeah, but like specifically, what was it? I think that me and my brother would always joke that if my dad ever wrote a book, it would be called "1,001 Ways to Use a Knife" because this man used a knife for literally everything. Like he always had one with him, and that now, eventually you grow up and realize you are your dad, and that is one thing where I'm like, yeah, I'm just my dad. I like using knives for almost everything. So
Yeah.
whenever they're like, "Ah, shit, I can't open up this with my hand," I was like, "Oh, perfect, a knife."
But to touch it back to what you were saying, some of the puzzles, man, are so obtuse. Like,
Hmm.
so fucking obtuse in this game. Walkthroughs are definitely helpful for this one. And I mean, that's kind of a problem with point and click adventure games sometimes. But man, like, we're in the year 2021 at this point. The game needed a better hint system. And it
Hmm.
doesn't even need to be something text on the screen. Just have the characters basically like, hey, fucking idiot, try this next. Like, that's all you needed. And I really wish, and again, low budget, I can understand why something like that's not in the game, but something like that would have gone a long way to help it out.
Small internal monologue from McAvoy going, huh, okay, what if this?
Yeah,
Like, there you go, done. So you don't
exactly.
actually have to break yourself out of the immersion of the game to go look it up on a walkthrough. And then you pause it and you're like, ah, shit, is time still moving? Fuck, I only have 12 minutes right now.
Yeah. So, how did you interpret the ending? I'm curious.
Okay, so I definitely had the interpretation colored for me because once I read what someone, I think it was AJ. I think AJ is the one who wrote it out. AJ, co-host of Complete Edition, a podcast that I don't know if I'm going to keep listening to. I'm still figuring it out if I want to. Sorry, AJ. I think the way that he wrote it out was that the entire game itself is just the main character constantly trying to make himself forget that he is dating his sister. Married his sister and having a kid with, which is even more like, it's the Simpsons meme of everyone going. So I like that theory, and that's now how it colors for me. That the entire game itself is taking place inside the library, and you're
Yeah.
talking to your dad, and you are constantly trying to navigate this situation and not acknowledge to yourself that you are dating your sister and going to have a kid with her.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, it's pretty close to mine. I think the only thing where we differ is I think you're right. I think it takes all place in his head, and he's inside that library. I think the dad and the police officer though are the same character, and I think the dad is actually hypnotizing his son to try and get him to fucking forget all this. So
Yeah.
that
Wait,
that
wait. Okay.
that's where I land on it.
The actual situation of celebrating and announcing that they have a kid, is that something that is real, or is that something that they are using as a scenario to then just be like, this is literally worst case scenario, if this doesn't break you, you are never going to break?
Yeah, that's a great point. I don't know. So much in this game, I think it's open for interpretation. So I that's a great point. I don't know.
Part of me wants to think, right, if we had to put a timeline on this,
Yeah.
I want to say that McAvoy is a horrible person, and
Yes.
he. So yes, of course, obviously, it goes without saying.
Yes.
Either he has been dating his sister this entire time. There's a situation where, look, I like the idea that canonically McAvoy is also someone who snoops around because we're the person that's snooping around the entire room. So,
Right.
like, I like being able to pull gameplay into the narrative. So let's say that that's his personality. Let's say that he found out that he was going to have a kid. He knows that his sister wife, Jesus Christ, his
Yeah.
sister wife was going to try to celebrate with dessert. So let's say that he went over to his dad uh, to his dad-in-law and was like, hey, this is going bad, I need you to hypnotize me. So he is in his mind playing out the scenario of how to navigate this and forget that he is dating his sister, and basically the impetus to make sure that he can get through this situation without acknowledging that it's his sister wife is having the dad's voice be the hitman who constantly goes and slaps him in the face like, no, you didn't properly lie to yourself, do it again.
Yeah, that could very well be the case, honestly. I don't know. Like, so much of it to me is just, and I think it's very much like that on purpose. I don't think there's an
Yes,
answer there. Maybe he has an answer, like personally. He's like, oh, I think this is what it is. But I
I
don't,
don't want to.
yeah, I don't want to know, and I don't think he'll tell. So I'm fine with that.
Okay, where do you land on it? Do you think that that event of there being a baby on the way is something that is actually happened, or going to happen, or do you think it's worst case scenario hypnotization?
Yeah, I would probably say the latter because I think, let's be honest, if I take my theory as true and the dad's hypnotizing her to be like, stop this. At this point, if he's already put a baby inside her, I don't think we'd be at the hypnotized stage. I think we'd be at the I'm going to beat the shit out of you and you're going to go to fucking prison stage.
And to be fair, I mean, doesn't he do that? Like, he's ready to start tearing up
True.
the room. He's like, no, don't you fucking do this.
True. So yeah, maybe she is, and he finds out about it that way. True. Yeah, that's actually true. Maybe. Yeah. Fuck. Maybe.
I think where the game really fails for me is that in what fucking universe would the dad go, well, there is a way you can forget that she's your sister. Like, I think that's the only thing where I'm like, oh, Willem Dafoe, no. Stop it, Willem. Stop it. No.
God. Fucking. Oh, William Defoe. Yes.
I just,
Stop it.
I think that's the only thing that kind of breaks me a little bit. It's like, you know what? This is a complete gap in logic. I just do not understand why you would have a situation where a dad would be like, yeah, you know what? I guess since it's my grandchild, it's my double grandchild. Sure, we still need to be sure it has a loving home. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing's so fucking weird to me, man. It is such a fucking turn out of left field. And then they just kind and it's near the end too, so they kind of leave you left to pick up the pieces and be like, what the fuck's going on? Did you get the true ending, by the way, or which ending did you get? I should have asked that.
Yeah, no, I got the true
Yeah,
ending.
okay.
I got
Yeah.
the ending where he properly gets hypnotized.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I looked up the other endings, and well, they definitely add more context. But man, if you'd gotten one of those other endings and then just stopped, it would have felt very empty.
Yeah, that's yeah, I don't think I would have. At that point when I was near the end of the game, I was like, okay, let's make sure I get this right ending here because I don't know if I want to go back and go to the struggle of doing this all again.
It was at least definitely interesting. Like, I'm glad it kept my
Yeah,
attention.
okay, I'll give it credit for that. I'm positive on the game, but even if I ended up not positive on the game, I'd still rather have a game like that that's like, wow, at least it did that than something like, dare I say, Days Gone, which is just, I want to shoot myself. So,
You see, you chose the one that we both can punch down on.
yes, that's why. That's why
So
we had a rough day. We need bonding right now.
we're going to end this on peace.
Yes, peace until hell.
Peace and no incest, please.
Yes, correct. So 7 out of 10, but as my alternative rating would be, please don't fuck your sister out of 10.
Well, that was going to be my score.
No.
So
Okay.
I that's my score. Yeah. Is that it? Is that it? Are we good?
That's it. Under 2.5 hours.
Wow, holy shit. Oh my god, we're getting better. And all it took was for us to just admit that we hate each other.
Yeah, just the power of hatred, folks. Power of hatred.
Jesus Christ. All right. Any final words?
Yeah, no, fuck you all.
I agree. End card.
Hey, look at you. You got to the end of the episode. From episode 0 to the day that I finally get lazy and cancel the show, a big thank you to Joey Rawlings for providing the perfect name for the show. Be sure to always give him thanks, either out loud as you're listening to this, or you can just send him a thank you tweet at boogeyman117 _. That's boogeyman117, IE instead of Y, double O. Be sure that it's an underscore, not a dash, 117.